in Mecklenburg County, as well as portions of Union County, as well as northern York County. This is for the Charlotte metro area. Tornado warning has been issued for your area, so you need to be seeking shelter. Let's get to the screen and show you what is going on here with this storm that is now moving into Mecklenburg County. You can see the Pineville community, Pineville area. This is just north of TGK, north of Lake Wiley. This tornado warning is out for your area. So if you live in the Pineville community, you need to be in your safe place right now. Let's go over the warning text here. Just north of TGK,
give it just a second to load
Lake
up. I have to
Wiley.
Refresh it there.
This tornado warning is out for your area. So if you live in the Pineville community, you need to be in your safe place
located
right
9
now.
miles
Let's
north of Rock
go
Hill,
over the warning text here.
East at 35
just
miles
north
per
of
hour.
TGK,
Very important to know.
Wiley.
This
tornado warning
out Pineville at 450. The Arboretum, Weddington, South Park Mall, South Charlotte, and Marvin around 5 p.m. Lake Park, Matthews, Wesley's Chapel around 5:10. Monroe, Indian Trail, Hemby Bridge, Stallings, Mint Hill around 5:20. So this is in the heart of rush hour traffic with a lot of heavy rain producing out of the storm, as well as this rotation. Again, if you live in the Pineville community, you need to be in your safe place as this tornado warning cell moves into your community. I'm going to give you some locations. Highway 51. This is just outside of Carowinds. This is going over Carowinds right now. We have the 485 outer loop there at the intersection of I-77 that's in this warning polygon. So this is right there on the border of North and South Carolina there in York and Mecklenburg County. So again, this tornado warning continues until 5:30. This is a rotation indicated storm, so there's no confirmation of anything on the ground right now. This is just more of a radar indicated possible tornado. And again, this is moving in the southern Mecklenburg County area near Pineville. This will be affecting the Carowinds area right now. So if you are in that area, I know it's a very populated area there along Interstate 77 and 485. This is going to be moving into your community. We're looking for Sterling Park Crossroads, Caramel Country Club, Quail Hollow Club, the Beverly Woods community, South Park Mall, Foxcroft, Barclay Downs, Madison Park. You all need to be in your area. Safe shelter. This is the Atrium Hospital there at Pineville. You need to be in your safe place right now as the storm continues to move into the area. And that means you need to be in the lowest part of your home, lowest level. If you live in with a home with a basement, that's where you want to be. If you don't have a basement, lowest level, most central part of your home, maybe a closet, a interior hallway, a bathroom, get there, put on your helmet for the potential of any flying debris. Glasses or goggles is also a good recommendation, as well as some pants and shoes, just in case if there was to be some damage there and you had to walk out, you wouldn't be cut by any debris or step on any of the debris. Again, this tornado warning for Mecklenburg, Union, and York County until 5:30. This is another 45 minutes. This tornado warning storm, the rotation passing along the Mecklenburg County line where it butts up against York County there near Carowinds. Again, that is the location. If you live in Providence, if you live in Weddington, if you live in Matthews, Lake Park, you need to be in your safe place as the storm continues to move in your direction. Again, a tornado warning means that either the radar is indicating rotation that could produce a tornado. There has been no confirmation, seeing no damage as of right now. This is just a radar indicated tornado. I know this, looking back through the weather chat from the National Weather Service, there was an indication of a possible funnel cloud in York County, in the town of York. So the rotation holding together. Again, the tornado warning for Southwestern Mecklenburg County. Again, this is until 5:30, and this includes the Pineville area as well as
Quail Hollow Club. You have McAlpine, White Oak, Piper Glen, the Piper Glen community, Cedarwood Country Club. You have South Park Mall, Barclay Downs, Foxcroft, all of those locations right now under a tornado warning. So that means you need to be at the lowest level of your home. If you know where the Top Golf is, right there off 485. Again, that is in this polygon. So you need to be in your safe place right now. You want to be away from windows and doors. That way, if there is any tornado touchdown, that flying debris does not impact you. So again, at Pineville, you need to be in that safe place. The Carolina Place Mall in that location, right there at 485. Several businesses. You've got Olive Garden there, I believe, a Longhorn. I'm trying to think of Dick's Sporting Goods over in that area towards the mall. There's the Japanese Steakhouse as well in that community. So you need to be in your safe place right now as this potential tornado moves through the Pineville community. Again, this is just south of uptown Charlotte. This is going the polygon. You can see here on the radar. If we extend it out there, it's going to be into the Matthews community here in the next little bit. So you can kind of see this polygon is showing you that the metropolitan uptown area of Charlotte is not included in this warning. If you're near the Billy Graham Parkway, this is not in you're not in the polygon. This is going to be for Southwestern Mecklenburg County. Excuse me. Again, this warning goes until 5:30 p.m. and this is for Mecklenburg, Union, and York County. So that is where this tornado warning is. I get in a few reports of some other locations, in particular, Madeline wanting to know about Hickory. Hickory is in the clear. The severe weather threat has passed, and this severe weather threat right now is from the Greensboro area, which we have a new tornado warning up there. So I need to look at that. I've just seen that pop up, tornado warning. This is also until 4:30 now. So we have two tornado warnings. We have one for the Charlotte metro area and one for the Greensboro metro area. So 1 second. Let me read up on this. So this new warning for the Charlotte, for the Greensboro area, let me pull up into that direction right now. Let me get this warning text here to just kind of have an idea of what's going on. This one just popped up, so bear with me for just a second as I get this text to pop up. That way we can tell you more about it. At 4:50, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Thomasville, or 9 miles west of High Point, moving northeast at 40. Some locations in the vicinity of the storm would be High Point around 5:05 p.m., Kernersville around 5:10 p.m., and Greensboro around 5:25 p.m. Other locations include Stokesdale, Somerville, Lake Bryant, and Welcome there in North Carolina. So 2 tornado warnings for 2 of the biggest areas in North Carolina. We have one in the Greensboro community. This is going to be for Greensboro. Let me get to the Raleigh radar site here. Both these tornado warnings are kind of in that gap that we always talk about every time we do severe weather coverage. So it's going to be a very messy solution, but you kind of see that rotation there in the Thomasville area. This is going to be affecting Interstate 40 between Winston-Salem and Greensboro. Winston-Salem proper, you are not in this warning, but Greensboro, the far western portions of Greensboro is there in Guilford County. Somerville also in this low warning, as well as Thomasville, High Point, and Welcome, North Carolina there along Highway 52. There's Highway 8 up in that area as well. So Greensboro, western portions of Greensboro, you're in this warning. Winston-Salem, the polygon is just off to your east. So we are going to be watching that again, a tornado warning for the Greensboro metropolitan area, as well as a tornado warning for the Charlotte metropolitan area. What I'm going to do, if you'll just bear with me for 1 second, I want to use 2 radar products, so that way we are giving you sufficient coverage. That way I don't have to switch over from one radar product to another. So we've got the radar for the Charlotte area for the tornado warning in Charlotte, just southern Mecklenburg County into Union County. Bear with me, the radar scope product is not wanting to pull up, but okay, I've got it now. So again, here, let's switch over here. Let's go to the Charlotte screen right quick, and then we'll go back to the the Greensboro Winston-Salem screen. So here we are. This is where the rotation's at right now. We're watching this area just in Pineville. This is going to be moving towards the Matthews community, eventually Mitt Hill, Hemby Bridge, Indian Trail, Stallings, and Lake Park. This cell is going to be moving this way. So if you are in this area of eastern Mecklenburg County, southeastern Mecklenburg County into Union County, you need to be in your safe place as this rotation passes just through the area. So let's go back to the Greensboro radar here for just a moment. We will get that going. Again, we have a tornado warning for the Greensboro metropolitan area as well as the Charlotte area. Let me get that screen share back up for you. I'm sorry. Clicked off of it there. So this is a very messy radar just because we're in that gap. The High Point, Thomasville, Walberg, Kernersville, Oak Ridge, Summerfield, and Stokesdale. You're all in this warning. Here's Greensboro. So Greensboro, this warning, the polygon is just off to your west. Here's Winston-Salem. Again, the rotation right here is in between Winston-Salem and Greensboro. So if you live along Interstate 40 between Greensboro and Winston-Salem, or if you travel through that area, you need to be on the lookout. Get off of Interstate 40, find you a safe place to be until this storm passes through. So again, travel between Greensboro and Winston-Salem and Interstate 40 is discouraged right now as we have this tornado warning that is moving through the High Point area. That will be moving into the Kernersville Welcome area over the next 15 minutes. So let's go back. Let's switch our screen to the Charlotte storm once again. And this Charlotte storm, again, tornado warned for southern Mecklenburg County as well as Union and York County. Again, this goes until 5:30. Here's our rotation now. It's moving just north of Pineville. This is going to be moving, goodness, on the outskirts of Charlotte. This is going to be going across Park Crossroads right now. Quail Hollow Club, you need to be in your storm safe place. This is also going to be South Park, Foxcroft, Barclay Downs, Cotswold. You need to be in your safe place right now as this rotation moves through your area. So again, we're watching this rotation. If you live along the 485 Outer Loop, Highway 16, you've got Freedom Drive, Independence Boulevard, you need to be in your safe place. South Boulevard, Woodlawn Road, Myers Park community, all of these areas near Freedom Park and south, you need to be in your storm safe place right now as this storm continues to move through your area. So again, we have two tornado warnings, both of them going until 5:30, so another 30 minutes. We have one in the Charlotte metropolitan area, and the other is in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem metropolitan area. Let's do an update on this storm tornado warning that's affecting Guilford, Randolph County, Forsyth, and let's see. We have a new tornado warning for Guilford and Randolph. So this is going to be 2. Let's go ahead and get back to that product there. Bear with me for just one moment, please, as we're trying to get screen shares going here. So here's the new warning. This one is going to include Greensboro. So here's the rotation, definite rotation moving through High Point right now. You need to be in your safe place. If you live in High Point, you need to be in your safe place right now. Jamestown, Greensboro, you need to be in your safe place right now as this rotation is moving quickly into the Greensboro metropolitan area. High Point, you are under the gun right now. Safest place in your home would be the lowest level,
Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Make sure you have some sort of helmet to protect your head from any flying debris. You need to be in that safe place right now. It is no longer time to be outside. You need to be in that safe place right now if you live in High Point. I'm very concerned about High Point as the rotation is now passing over. Let's go to the correlation coefficient, see if we can see any debris being picked up by this. Again, we are in a very a dead zone per se. Not seeing a big drop right now in that area, but that's something we're going to have to watch here in High Point. So that is of concern. We are pretty concerned with this area, again, in the High Point community, as we could see a potential tornado in that area. So again, High Point, probably some large hail in that as well. Let's look at this icon. We can look at it, maybe half an inch to 3/4 of an inch size hail moving through High Point. So again, here's the warning. You have one warning over here for portions of Guilford County, Davidson, Forsyth. That goes until 5:30, and we have a new tornado warning for Guilford and Randolph until 6 p.m. So we have dueling tornado warnings there in the Piedmont Triad. The tornado warning for York County, South Carolina, Union County, North Carolina has been canceled. The tornado warning continues for Mecklenburg County until 5:30. This tornado moving into the Mint Hill community as well as Pineville and Matthews at at 4:59, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located 5 miles south of uptown Charlotte over the South Park Mall. It's moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. The hazards is a potential tornado and quarter-size hail possible with this storm. So 1-inch diameter hail as well as a possible tornado with this storm. And you are looking at it right now on radar. This is going to be moving just south of uptown Charlotte. Here's the center city. If you're looking out the skyscrapers, I'm sure you can probably see this event ongoing as this tornado warning continues for Charlotte. So you need to be in your safe place right now. If you find yourself, and here's the little appendage right here. Again, we're in this radar hole, so we don't have the best coverage, but right here's the little appendage that we are watching. Again, I know it's rush hour traffic right now. It is 5 o'clock. Most people leaving work right now, but if you've not left yet, or if you know someone about to leave and they are traveling in the Charlotte area, ask them to wait, because now is the time that they need to be inside, away from windows, away from doors, inside in a sturdy structure, because this tornado, potential tornado, is moving through the Charlotte area right now. That also can be the case for the areas in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem area. We have 2 tornado warnings in that area. Those warnings here for High Point. This rotation moving out of High Point, it is starting to move into the Jamestown community, and right here is that rotation. So Archdale, Trinity, Jamestown, Greensboro. This rotation moving up this direction, up highway, I think that's 52, moving into Greensboro. So if you live in Greensboro, you need to be in your safe place. Looking at this, maybe another little sign of rotation on the other side of Thomasville. We have 2 warnings, 1, 2 here for Guilford, Davidson. Sorry, I was reading a new alert here, so excuse me for that. So we got this tornado warning for Guilford and Randolph County. This is going to be the most eastern warning. This includes Greensboro, the whole city of Greensboro, until 6 p.m. And then we have a tornado warning for portions of Davidson, Forsyth, and Guilford County until 5:30 p.m. So 2 storms that could potentially produce a tornado moving through the area. So if you live in Lexington, you're clear. Welcome, you are clear. Walberg, you're going to be just clear. It's this Thomasville up to Archdale, High Point, Jamestown, Greensboro, Oak Ridge, Summerfield area that we are watching. That is the area where we could see
a tornado. I'm sure if you have WFMY, they probably have a sky cam right now, just like WCNC probably has a sky cam right now, the view camera on the rotation in southern Mecklenburg County. WFMY has a camera in High Point as well as Greensboro, probably looking for the circulation in these counties. So again, dual tornado warnings for the triad. We continue with the tornado warning in southern Mecklenburg County as well. So let's get back to that. Give me 1 second here to get this one screen share off, and we'll pop up the other one. So here's the Mecklenburg County storm. Again, this is going to be moving into the Mint Hill, Matthews area. Still watching this little appendage right here. Looking at Sharon Brook, Ottawa, Tuckaway Park, Sterling, Hebron. These all little communities here in Mecklenburg County affected by this warning. This is just outside of the uptown area. Again, Ottawa, Mint Hill, you need to be in your safe place right now as the storm continues to move into your area. Ottawa Farms, North Sharon Amity. We have Ottawa Road Park, McAlpine Creek Park. I know that is a popular place, Sardis Creek as well. We go over to Wildwoods and then eventually over into Mint Hill, Pine Lake Golf Club. This is all along Highway, let's see, I'm trying to find that highway there. This is all along Highway 51 as it kind of connects there with the outer loop of 485. So again, southeastern Mecklenburg County, you remain in this tornado warning until 5:30. And then we have 2 tornado warnings in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem area. Again, these tornado warnings not very nice with the timing of this, as we have 2 of our major cities in North Carolina both under tornado warnings at rush hour. Just a nightmare of a situation going on as a lot of people are out on the road. But right now, if you live in southeastern Mecklenburg County between uptown Charlotte over towards Mint Hill, Matthews, Hickory Grove, you have the Ottawa community. You need to be Piper Glen, another Raintree community, and here in southeastern Mecklenburg County, you need to be in your safe place right now. That means the lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Always recommend having a helmet nearby to put on your head, potentially some goggles to keep your eyes from being affected by any flying debris. And if there was to be a tornado, it's always good to have a pair of shoes. That way, if you do have to walk through any debris, that you're likely to keep your feet safe. So again, southeastern Mecklenburg County, tornado warning continues for another 24 minutes as this circulation continues to move on the outer loop of 85, Highway 51 from the South Park area now into the Ottawa community of Mecklenburg County. So I hate to leave that one, but we do need to go back to our storm up here in the Piedmont Triad. We have 2 tornado warnings that are ongoing in the circulation here. This is going to be just north of Archdale. This is going to be moving into Greensboro. Let's see if we can put this into motion. You can kind of see where this rotation is and where it's going. So let's go to reflectivity. That way you can kind of see the radar that you normally are used to seeing. Also telling me there's probably some large hail in with this. We're seeing some of these deep reds, purples showing up. That tells me there could be some hail located in. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. But right here, you can kind of see these little darker spots. That tells me there could be some hail in this storm. A lot of lightning also. And when we are watching rotating thunderstorms, when we see an uptick or a jump in lightning, that means the storm is strengthening. So we need to watch that. We also have this other tornado warning that is on the eastern periphery of Winston-Salem. But it looks like this storm is becoming more dominant and taken away from the inflow of this storm. So it'll be interesting to see this warning over the next few minutes what happens to it. But even up here, Stokesdale, Oak Ridge, Summerfield, a lot of lightning up there. So stay on guard, be in your safe place right now as there could be a potential quick spin up of a tornado. But right now, this area between High Point, Archdale, Trinity, and Greensboro, Jamestown, you're under the gun, so please be in your safe place. Lowest level of your home. Make sure you put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And just hunker down as this storm continues to move through. And right here's the rotation. That's just outside of High Point and Archdale. So Jamestown and Greensboro, you are next. So please, please, please be in your safe place as these storms continue to move to the northeast at around 35, 40 miles per hour. So just a dangerous situation going right now in both metropolitan areas here in the Carolinas. So again, a very, very crazy severe weather time as we really in the rush hour portion of the day. So this is kind of the most inopportune time for these storms to move through. So I've got some of your questions pulled up. I'm going to keep an eye on these, but I want to also keep you up to date with what's going on for the radar-wise. We do have a new tornado watch. I need to get to that. I appreciate you pointing that out, Mark. There is a new tornado watch out for the Raleigh area. So let me get to that data right quick and pull that up. This tornado watch for Raleigh will go until 9 p.m. and we'll get that graphic pulled up here in the next little bit to kind of show you. But we are more worried right now about tornado warnings than the watch. Everyone who's in a watch, please know that conditions are favorable. You can see these warnings that are going on. Looking back through the Charlotte area now, we're going to transition back to Charlotte, back to that tornado warning. And I am taking a peek here in the Weather Service chat. Just reading through here, Charlotte Fire and County Fire not reporting any damage. The Mecklenburg EOC, I have a few friends that work there. I don't see any damage being reported from Mr. Graham there, so that's good to hear. Let's see. A lot of pictures floating around on Twitter with the wall clouds, so maybe we can pull some of those up when things kind of calm down. So that is good that there's no indications of damage. So that is what we like to hear, and we hope that it will continue to stay that way. Let me venture up here to the Raleigh chat to see if there's any updates about these tornado warnings in the Guilford County. Nothing coming from the Weather Service, no reports or anything. So that is good news. We like those reports where there's no news because that tells us there's no damage. And with these being in such populated areas, if there was to be a touchdown or there was damage, we would be hearing about it because these are affecting two of the biggest cities in North Carolina, Charlotte and the Greensboro area. So it is important to know that we are going to be continuing this coverage here. If you see anything or hear anything, please let us know. We would love to continue that. News out of the Raleigh office. So let's get back to that. One of the tornado warnings has been canceled, so that is good news. That's going to be the Western warning. So it's going to take just a little bit, but this warning right here for Kernersville, Oak Ridge, Summerfield, that one will no longer be there. That one has been canceled. It may take a minute or two for this to kind of filter off of the products here. And kind of what I envisioned and what we were talking about just a little bit ago, I believe this storm has taken all the oomph from this storm. And so this storm is officially done. But we are watching this one over High Point. This one's going to be moving just north of Pleasant Garden and then eventually Greensboro. So if you're in the Greensboro area, here's the rotation. That's where a potential tornado could be. This is going to be moving right along Interstate 40. So Greensboro, Pleasant Garden, Forest Oaks, you need to be in your safe place right now. This lightning right here tells us that the storm continues to strengthen somewhat. Anytime you see lightning around a tornado warning, it just means that they are continuing to strengthen. Now we have a new tornado warning, this one for the Charlotte area. This one's going to be into Cabarrus County. So let me pull up the new screen here It'll probably take just a little bit for these warnings to get populated. So here's the new warning. This one's going to be for Cabarrus County, and I need to text one of my clients right quick to make sure they know that this does not include them. So it looks like we have Dan Whitaker on. Dan, can you tell us where you're located right now?
Yeah, I am just south of Charlotte. I'm actually in the and I have been let's see, what is it showing from my camera, by the way? Is it showing the road or?
I'm seeing you.
Let's see here if I can see myself a little bit. There we go. Let's flip that around.
Okay, yeah, we can see the road now.
Take the exit on the right to I-485, then keep right.
So, Dan,
Okay,
it looks like you've got sunshine where you are.
Yeah, I'm just working my way around to get back in position for this storm here to the south of it. I've actually been with this storm for about an hour.
I-485 south.
We're starting to see a little uptick in rotation now as it's moving into the Mid-Hill community. This is going to be in the Mid-Hill community where we see the rotation. So just wanted to alert those folks who may be in Mid-Hill, you need to be in your storm shelter. So Southwestern Mecklenburg County near Pineville, you are out of the warning. So this new warning, the old polygon will go away, but the new warning will include portions of Cabarrus and Mecklenburg. Again, the Mid-Hill community, you are in the warning. So Dan, talk to us through what's going on right now with you.
So I'm just on 85 here, southern loop portion of Charlotte. And, you know, it's going to be interesting going through traffic here while we're in the actual tornado warning. The storm has kind of passed by this part of southern Charlotte, but the tornado warning has not yet expired. So you'll probably get a good view here in a second as I go around this loop. We'll actually be able to see portions of this storm. Actually, what we're looking at right now is kind of a little bit of the clouds associated with that storm, a little bit of the cloud debris, if you know, so to speak. But over to my left, and we'll turn into it here in just a moment, you can see towering cumulonimbus clouds and really solid structure, especially for North Carolina in this very discrete supercell.
So Dan, we were talking a little bit here about the traffic. What is it like right now? I know it's kind of rush hour. Have you really encountered much traffic?
So far, I've been mostly south of Charlotte. I was in Rock Hill. I was kind of in an area and here is the traffic for sure. I was in an area of South Carolina, kind of southwest of Charlotte, where there wasn't any cars and traffic. And that's where I got into this storm when it became severe warn, and actually was with it in the kind of the hook echo portion of the storm as it first became tornado warned, and had a great view of the lowering and kind of the mesocyclone activity happening within that storm. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of at the mercy of Charlotte traffic, and hopefully I can get my way out of this. So far, I've been very fortunate to be able to actually stay ahead of this storm pretty much the whole time and stay with it. So that is the goal. I'm going to follow this particular cell as far as I can until it loses activity and strength.
All right, well, thank you for that, Dan. Just stay close. Be safe out there on the road. We will continue to monitor your stream there and see what's going on. I'm going to go back and let's take a look at the radar here. I want to get back up to the Greensboro area where we have that tornado warning that's continuing. This is going to be moving into the Greensboro metro area any minute now. I mean, we are seeing that rotation again, not really losing any strength. I mean, we've not got any reports of damage, which is a good thing. and we hope it stays that way. But the rotation continues to hold strong as it moves into Guilford County. So again, this tornado warning for Guilford and Randolph County continues until 6 p.m. So that's another 42 minutes. But you can see this rotation. Jamestown, High Point, Archdale, Trinity, you are away from this rotation now. It is moved off to your north. But Greensboro, you need to remain in your shelter. You would be next with this, as well as Forest Oaks and Pleasant Gardens. So again, I know inopportune time right now, 5:20 as this rotation. There's the newest radar scan, and you can kind of see this is now moving into Greensboro right now. So please, if you live in Greensboro, anywhere near the center city area, please be in your safe place because this rotation is moving overhead right now. So let's go back down here where Dan's at. Let's punch up the Mecklenburg, Cabarrus County tornado warning. You can start to see, we're starting to see a new development with this, and we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Watauga County here in Boone. So we'll monitor that here. Speaking of, there's the weather radio for that. I apologize about that. That severe thunderstorm warning for Boone until 5:45. So it's a quick warning. But here is the core of the storm really going up now as it's crossing into Cabarrus County. So we will have to monitor that. Again, this is going to be going into Cabarrus County. So we're looking at places like Rocky River. You're looking at Highway 24 going into once you get into this part of Cabarrus County. Harrisburg is obviously populated, Concord populated up towards Concord Mills, Charlotte Motor Speedway. But this part of the storm, that it's kind of moving south of Harrisburg. This is more rural area, but again, there's still some folks that live there. So the Rocky Road community, sorry, got tongue-tied there. Some of those roads would be Pine Grove Church Road, Flo's Store Road. You have Hickory Ridge Road. This is going to be moving near Hickory Ridge High School, just south of Harrisburg, moving towards the Rocky River. So as this rotation moves into Cabarrus County, it's moving into a more less populated, but there's still people there. So we want to remain on this storm as it moves into Cabarrus County. But is passing through the 485 loop right now. It's getting ready to move into Cabarrus County. And again, we have messy radar situation. You know, we are in no man's land. You know all about it if you follow us here on the Carolina Weather Group. We don't have really great radar coverage in this part of the area. So these radar returns are a little bit more messy. So it's a little bit more harder to determine where the exact rotation is occurring and where the worst of the conditions can be. But we'll try. And this is kind of just its own storm right here. We have another line down here in the Midlands of South Carolina, but there's no warnings on that. We do have this one storm moving in from the Tennessee mountains. So Watauga County, you are under that severe thunderstorm warning. This is the actual cold front that could generate some storms. And I'm actually looking back towards Watauga County, and it does look like we have some cumulus starting to develop. So this cold front could actually bring in some more thunderstorms as Avery County now goes under a severe thunderstorm warning. So I apologize for the weather radio there, but it does show you that we practice what we preach here by having our weather radios on. So again, Avery County, Watauga County, severe thunderstorm warning. Then we have our tornado warning here in Cabarrus County. And then we do have our tornado warning that's continuing in Guilford County. So several things going on right now. We have a few other severe thunderstorm warnings up for the Roanoke Rapids area of North Carolina, and actually a new tornado warning just north of the Roanoke Rapids area going into Virginia. So it is, this is kind of the area where we said there was going to be some instability, and it looks like that is starting to come to fruition here. So let's go back to this storm in Greensboro. Let me get to the right screen here. So
And
here's
Scott.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
Just real quick, Scotty. I just want to give you a heads up that I'm about 5 miles or less south of the core of this East Charlotte tornado warned storm, and I'm on 85 loop, and basically going to head right into this thing in the next few minutes. My car will be pointed in the direction of it here any minute now, and my route involves me kind of getting under the base just a little bit. So we'll get a really close-up I-85 view of this storm here in just a few minutes.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Dan. We appreciate it. We will continue to monitor that stream that you have going. But again, 2 tornado warnings, one in the Greensboro area. We also have the tornado warning moving into Cabarrus County with several severe thunderstorm warnings along the cold front that is really starting to develop in the mountains, and we're getting a lot of large hail reports from that. So multiple severe weather threats that are ongoing right now that we are watching. So this is going to be a very active evening across the area, where we have now a massive severe thunderstorm warning for the Burlington area, just to the east of Greensboro. So we have the tornado warning for Greensboro that you are currently seeing right now. And then we have the tornado warning for Cabarrus County. But we do, okay, we are getting reports now. Dan, well, this is from High Point. High Point Fire Department is reporting structural damage in the area of Business 85 off of Main Street and High Point. So we were circling the rotation there in High Point, and there has been some damage now being reported in that area. I'm sorry, had my camera off there. Starting to get some damage reports in the High Point community. We do have some business, some structural damage to areas off of Business 85 on Main Street and High Point. Reports of roofs being blown off. Responders are working to check buildings in the area, but trees and power lines are down. So it seems like we do have some tornadic damage in High Point. That was the rotation that we were watching. That is why Greensboro is currently under that tornado warning right now. And that's continuing until 5:30 or I think the latest update had this tornado warning continuing until 5:30. I'm sorry, until 6 o'clock. There was 2 warnings there. The 5:31 got canceled. So this warning for Greensboro continues until 6 p.m. I see that Evan Fisher is on. So Evan, where are you at? What do you have for us?
Thanks, Scotty. Yeah, so I am on the edge of Monticello Reservoir, and I'm getting ready to get creamed by a storm, so I'm going to have to move here in about 45 seconds. But I'm watching this beautiful storm come across the reservoir. I'll turn my camera around for you guys to see. It's just stunning. It does have a little bit of rotation in it. We've seen that on the radar. It's been intermittent. Currently, it appears to be getting its act together, be getting even stronger. So I'm going to be tracking this for a while longer, probably going east of Lake Monticello on 213. It's beautiful. It's intimidating. And I lucked out with a wonderful spot. Currently, there is no severe thunderstorm warning on this, nor is there a tornado warning. But this is one of those storms that we're closely monitoring. It's along some type of boundary down here. And a couple other storms have latched on. That could increase our tornado probabilities. So that's what I'm watching right now, Scotty, from down here in Monticello, South Carolina.
All right, thank you for that, Evan. We appreciate that report. Dan, I want you to go ahead and I can see your image there, and it looks like you are approaching this tornado warning storm in Cabarrus County.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm heading into the lower kind of back end portion of the outflow shelf cloud right now, kind of at the southwest portion of the tornado warned storm. And currently my GPS and the 85 loop, me and everybody else has us going straight into some of the heavy precipitation here. And I'll actually be kind of turning off right and staying with the storm, heading towards about the direction of Albemarle to the east, northeast. So yeah, currently you can see here these dark, low, kind of ominous clouds. This is the turbulent shelf cloud that often comes with these supercells. Usually when you see this dark cloud like this, the next thing past it is heavy rain. So The one thing that I know that some of these people in front of me don't know is we're going to soon hit some pretty heavy precipitation. One of the cars in front of me even has their windows down, so we'll see how this goes.
All right, Dan, thank you for that. Stay safe out there. We'll look forward to continuing to watch your camera there as you approach the storm. So again, let's kind of recap right quick. Let me pull up the screen here. We have the tornado warning continuing for Mecklenburg and Cabarrus County until 6 p.m., so another 30 minutes. We also have that tornado warning continuing for the Guilford County area and Randolph County area until 6 p.m. Emergency management is reporting in High Point. The fire department in High Point is reported structural damage in the area of Business 85 off of Main Street in High Point. That possibly could be tornadic damage as there was rotation that pushed over High Point. We were live here on air talking about that as it moved through High Point. So we are watching that. There is a severe thunderstorm warning up for Watauga and Avery County in the mountains of North Carolina. That is the actual cold front moving into the area. Quarter-sized hail being reported in Beech Mountain in the Avery and Watauga County areas as the storms continue to move and tap into that cold air loft. So we have numerous warnings. We have another severe thunderstorm warning, and this goes for Chatham, Alamance, Davidson, Guilford, and Randolph County until 6:15, and this is going to be to the east of Greensboro. So lots going on here. In fact, I just got another chirp in my ear, so let me see what we are talking about here. So good thing is the Mecklenburg and Union County, you are now out of the tornado warning. The tornado warning will continue for Cabarrus County until 6 p.m. At 5:35, a severe thunderstorm was located near, a severe thunderstorm was located 10 miles southeast of downtown Concord or near Midland, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This tornadic storm will be near Mount Pleasant at 5:40 p.m. So if you're in this area, please take shelter right now as this tornadic system continues to move through the area. Let's go back to the screen share here. Let's go up here to our friends in the Greensboro community. And we will show you what's going on radar-wise. And we are watching this rotation here just to the north of Greensboro. This storm is starting to cycle. We had rotation. We have some damage reports here in High Point. And the storm kind of moved this way. And now we have new circulation forming just to the north of Greensboro. So we are watching that area. We have severe thunderstorm warning for Caswell and Rockingham County. This is also going to be for our northern friends here in North Carolina. Aiken, Wentworth, Yanceyville, those areas also going to be under a severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado attack possible. We're continuing to monitor this. A lot of information coming in. Dime-sized hail now being reported on 485 at Harrisburg Road in Mecklenburg County. So, Dan, I don't know how close you were to that. That's a delayed report. So there was some dime-sized hail there on 485 and Harrisburg Road there. So, Dan, again, I'm not sure if you're able to talk, but looks like you are really skirting this storm pretty closely.
That's right. I am now just probably half a mile to the west of the center of this tornado warned storm, which is located just slightly west of Locust, North Carolina. I am now heading a direction that is going to parallel the storm. And actually, If you look in front of us and you see the road's wet here, the storm's actually already crossed this road. And in front of us is the bulk of the precipitation from the storm itself. So that is the core of the storm directly in front of me. I am going faster than the storm on this road. So I'll probably creep into the back end of the precipitation. Any hail or anything that happens also at this point will be fresh and on the ground right in front of me. So until I can get back in front of this storm, I'm kind of playing catch up with what are the effects that have already happened and just happened. Oh, there's a rainbow.
That's good. We always like good news. So Dan's getting a rainbow there. So that is good. Hearing a new tornado warning now going to be issued for portions north of Greensboro. So this is going to be, let me get to the warning page here. Tornado warning for Alamance and Guilford County till 6 p.m. This is one of those short-lived warnings for the next 25 minutes. This includes Mebane, Graham, and Burlington, North Carolina. This at 5:34, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was near McLeansville, or 8 miles west of Burlington, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This storm's going to be near Elon around 5:45, Burlington 5:50, Graham 5:55, and Mebane at 6 p.m. So I'm just looking. That's the new warning there that just popped up on the radar. So we'll get to that. Again, other locations this tornadic thunderstorm include Lake Guilford, Forest Oaks, Alamance, Lake Burlington, and Hall River. So there are some tornado warnings going up here in the Greensboro, now to the east of Greensboro. So let's see if we can get that on radar here. My computer's acting slow. I've got so many programs on, so bear with me for just a moment. We'll try to get this pulled up for radar. And I'm going to tell you, there is a beautiful view that we just tweeted out on our Twitter page from the storms moving into the North Carolina mountains from Beach Mountain, the ski slope with a severe thunderstorm in the background. Beautiful image. So we'll try to populate that up here in just a minute. But here is the tornado warning. This is for Guilford. We have Alamance County as well in this in this tornado warning. So again, if you find yourself in Burlington, Graham, Green Level, Mebane, Alamance, Bellamont, Winesett, Gibsonville, Elon, Glen Raven, Ospey, McLeansville, Salida, you need to be in Forest Oaks. You need to be in your severe weather safe spot right now. Greensboro is out of the warning. So downtown Greensboro, you have been cleared from the tornado warning. But if you live in Burlington, which is another populated area over towards the college there, Elon, you have Mebane. There's some outlets there on Interstate 40. Burlington, there's a big area off of Interstate 40 with numerous restaurants, shopping areas. These are all under tornado warning, so you need to be in your safe place right now. The word out of Raleigh's weather service, there has not been any confirmed tornadoes in the Triad area at this time, despite what is being said on social media. So there must be some chatter on social media. But there was that one damage report out of the High Point area in the downtown area of some structural damage from the fire department. And that's from EM, so that's an official source. So we'll continue to watch that. Let's see, looking through some of our other channels of information, a tornado warning now for Caswell and Rockingham County. This has just now been issued till 6 p.m. This is going to be the continuation of this. Up here is Caswell and Rockingham County. Here's Caswell, here's Rockingham. So this warning, as it quickly moves off to the northeast, this is the Roanoke Weather Office. So the Raleigh office heading off to the Roanoke Weather Office. And you can kind of see, here's the new warning polygon. This is going to include Leesburg, Yanceyville in this area, and then just the small portion here of Rockingham County along Highway 87. So numerous tornado warnings now for the Piedmont Triad area. We still have that one tornado warning for the
for the Cabarrus County area, and I just recognized you guys were not seeing the screen, so I apologize for that. Let me see what this one. New severe thunderstorm warning for Lancaster County, South Carolina. Looks like we have Frank Straight on with us. Frank, where are you at now? What are you seeing?
Well, not a whole lot, to be honest with you. I'm in Gaffney. I'm a couple miles from the Peachoid along I-85, and I was hoping to shake something out of anything that might try to pop along the cold front as it came through, and it has been not very fruitful at all, unfortunately. You can see, I'll flip around the camera here. You can see there is one little convective cell that cycled up a little bit, but is now kind of falling apart and struggling. So it looks like there's not a whole lot with the front as it's trying to come through. I see there was some other thunderstorms back in along the North Carolina-Tennessee line, and some of those are severe up toward Boone, actually. There have been some hail reports up that way, but not a whole lot happening in the upstate at this point, and it looks like that's going to be the case for some hours to come, at least, Scotty.
All right, thank you for that report, Frank. We appreciate it. Hang out if you want to. We're going to go over here to, let's see, we got a good view there from Frank, I believe. Yeah, that's a good view of storm clouds. Dan, what are you seeing right now? Are you still in the storm in Cabarrus County?
That's right. That's right. I am continually approaching more and more into the precipitation zone of this storm. As you can see, my wiper speeds have continued to increase, and the water on the road continues to increase as well. It'll be interesting to see what this storm does. It seems like it's kind of weakened gradually. It just got a new severe warning right this second, but it has kind of lost some of the heavier rotation that it had probably half an hour ago. But they did put a new severe warning on it, so it is strong. It's still moving forward. I would like to see if I can kind of get into the heavy precip of this, and I imagine I should be able to, as long as I don't hit any traffic, and I don't expect that to happen at this point. So it should be interesting to see what this storm's all about.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Sorry about that. Had too many tabs up. Getting a report here from our. Okay, I'm not sure that there's a profile pic for something, but I'm not sure. I'll have to follow up with that. Anyways, we are monitoring one thing, the severe thunderstorm warning for Avery County in the North Carolina mountains. That has since been allowed to expire, so that is some good news there. On that front, we're continuing to monitor these severe thunderstorms that continue to move through the Triad area. Tornado warning continues for Guilford County until 6 p.m. This is again for Guilford County. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles northeast of McLeansville, or 8 miles southwest of Camp Springs, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Again, some of the locations in this storm, excuse me. It's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning for the mountains. But again, for this tornado warning, again, Camp Springs and McLeansville, you are in this warning for Guilford County. This is the northeastern part. And then, as Dan was saying, that severe thunderstorm warning in Cabarrus County, once it moves into Stanley County, that is the jurisdiction of the National Weather Service in Raleigh, and they have issued that severe thunderstorm warning. New severe thunderstorm warning for Ashe, Watauga, Wilkes County until 6:15. This is going to be for the primary threat of some large hail. Got some reports of some large hail up in the mountains. This is going to include Boone, Jefferson, West Jefferson, Deep Gap, and Todd. And again, this also includes Appalachian State University, 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail possible in that severe thunderstorm as well. So
I'm going to kind of reset here. I've got so many tabs open, I don't know where we are because I keep hearing all these alerts go off. So tornado warning continuing for Alamance and Guilford as well. At 5:43, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Elon, the University of Elon, over in Burlington, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Graham, this storm will be in Graham around 5:55 and Mabane at 6 o'clock. Other locations around this tornadic thunderstorm would be Lake Carmack Park and Marina, Glen Raven, Lake McIntosh Marina, and Lake Guilford Marina. So those areas as well under the gun for some severe weather. So let's take a look at the radar up there, the storms we were just talking about. And right here, you can see this rotation over Elon. So if you're in Elon right now, you need to be in your safe place. Elon, Glen Raven, Burlington, Wineset, you need to be in your safe place as this rotation continues to move over your area. This is going to be just north of Interstate 40 and Highway 70. So just north there along Highway 1311, State Highway 1311 in Elon. A quick update. Cabarrus County tornado warning has been canceled. So this is the only tornado warning in town right now. At least the only tornado warnings are now up here in the Piedmont Triad. So we'll focus some of our attention here. We'll also bring in Dan and let him talk about what's going on there because he's got some interesting images there on the live stream. But again, Elon and Wineset, this is where the rotation is, right in this area, right along Highway 70. So we need to make sure that you are in your safe place right now. If you live in Gibsonville, Elon, Glen Raven, Wineset, you need to be in your safe spot as well as Burlington. This is a potential tornado on the ground. A lot of rotation in that area, at least via radar, is showing us that there's some rotation. I'm going to flip screens right quick. And we will go up here. And let's reset the screen right quick and let you see. Here's the latest rotation marker. Is right here. So this is where we are watching. Elon, Glen Raven, Gibsonville, Wineset, right in this area. How Interstate 40 right here, Highway 70, Highway 1311 into Elon. That location right there, you need to be in your safe place right now as this potential rotating thunderstorm could produce a tornado in this area. So you need to be in the lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. It's always good to have some sort of protection for your head. So a helmet is the best idea. Maybe if you don't have a helmet, you can put a big thick blanket, mattress or something over your head. You want to make sure that your eyes are protected from any flying debris. You want to be at the lowest level, most centralized location. That could be a closet, that could be an interior hallway, that could be a basement. But get low wherever you are and just hunker down as this system continues to move through the area. Again, want to say the tornado warning for Cabarrus County has expired, has been canceled. So that is one less tornado warning that we are covering. Our attention now turns up here to the to the Piedmont, northern Piedmont areas near Greensboro and Burlington, as that is where this tornado warning continues to approach Elon. So again, Elon University up in this area, college kids there. So maybe you have a friend or maybe your son or daughter or grandson, granddaughter, nephew, niece, or something like this goes to Elon. Maybe they're not up to date on the weather. If you can, give them a call, shoot them a text, say, hey, you need to be paying attention. The potential for this severe thunderstorm moving into that area producing a tornado is likely. So we will say once this storm was back over High Point, we did see the fire department report some damage, structural damage in the South Main Street area. Also reported in the area of Interstate 85 and Main Street, reports of roofs being blown off a building and there was a possible funnel cloud in the area. So we're not saying there was a tornado, but there was some damage, and there was a tornado warning for that particular location, and that is the storm that is now moving into Elon, as well as Burlington. So here's the latest radar scan. Now it's moving into Burlington, again along Highway 70 and Interstate 40, a very busy place through here. Here's 70, and here's 40. Right between Interstate 70 and 40, that is where this rotation is located. So Burlington, Green Level, Haw River, Graham, you need to be in your safe place right now because this is moving in your direction. These storms are quickly moving to the northeast around 40 miles per hour, and they do have a history, at least back in the High Point area, of producing a tornado. Dan, looks like you've got some ominous skies there. I know you're back in the Cabarrus County area. What are you seeing right now?
So I am in the southwest precipitation of this storm right now. And seeing some interesting movement in the clouds above me and around me. Over off to the front left is actually where the core of the storm is located. I'm kind of just in the southern flank of the core here. And it's interesting. The storm is definitely making some changes here. I can tell both visually and from radar and velocity data. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, it seemed like the storm was having a little bit of a rougher time in this portion of the atmosphere compared to when it was in South Carolina and even in Charlotte. And so we'll see what it does. It might be recycling and coming back to have a second life, or, I think that's by the extension of the severe thunderstorm warning. That's probably the thought of the National Weather Service. They did extend that quite far. However, it's just, I'm not really seeing it. It's a couple lightning strikes here and there, and still kind of a visually interesting storm, but it's a lot more rain than anything right now.
All right, thank you for that, Dan. I appreciate it. I want to continue talking about this storm. I'm listening to you, but I've also dialed up our friends at WFMY. They have a camera in downtown Burlington, and there's some kick butt video right now of this rotation moving through Burlington. A lot of wind going on. So if you live in Burlington, you need to be in your safe place right now. There's no excuses. Get there now, because this is a potential tornado moving through your area right now. Take shelter right now if you are in Burlington. There's some damage being reported back in Guilford County, but this is a potential tornado moving through Burlington right now. Please get to shelter as you can. So a lot of wind moving through this area, and the rotation is there. Again, you need to be in your safe place right now as this storm continues to move through Burlington. Again, things looking pretty scary right now in Burlington. This rotation here along Highway 7, downtown Burlington, please, you need to be in your storm shelter, because this is crazy. That was an intense storm moving through Burlington. It seems like things are starting to calm down now, but this circulation is going to continue to move to the north of Burlington into Green Level. We need to continue to watch that. Glencoe, Green Level, just crossroads. You need to be in your storm shelter as this storm continues to move out of Burlington into Glencoe and Green Level. Mebane, you're also in this polygon, so you're not out of the woods just yet, but Green Level, you need to be in your storm shelter right now because this is a potential tornado that is showing some strong signs of rotation. Very, very dangerous storm right now moving through the area. Let's see. We've now got some wind damage down in Archdale and Guilford County. Fire department responding to several downed trees near Lake Reese and Randolph County. So lots of going on here in Alamance County. This storm, there's no confirmation or anything, but starting to kind of connect the dots with the rotation, the damage reports. We could have seen a tornado on the ground between High Point and Burlington. We're starting to kind of connect those dots. Nothing official, but it's something that we will continue to follow. This tornado warning continues for this area until 6 o'clock. So the Guilford County, you're clear. This storm is moving out of Burlington, Green Level, you're next, Woodlawn, up towards just Crossroads. You are in the path of this storm as the storm continues to move through. So again, we're starting to get some.
Hey, Scotty,
some hail.
If you can move to my
Go
cam
ahead,
real
Dan.
quick. Yeah, just move to my cam right here. I want to show you this visual here of this lowering moving across in front of me.
Sure, go ahead. It's all yours.
This is the this is kind of the lower base, and I'm turning again, but the lower base of the storm here, heading towards New London, I guess, Albemarle. But definitely an incredible kind of lowering as I get closer to this. It's actually moving very quickly, and I'm racing kind of right with it. It seems to be going about the same speed I am, and you can see it off there to the left. And let's see if I can get to the right lane here to avoid some of these trees. But this is some fast motion and some very turbulent clouds. This is definitely something you would see more associated with a tornadic storm. It is definitely interesting that at this current moment, this storm is not tornado warned, but this is some definite kind of what could be called violent or, very kind of quick motion here at the base of this storm. This is the type of motion that we like to look for as we're trying to identify the beginning of tornadoes. So just kind of interesting that what that says to me is this storm probably is re-strengthening a little bit and starting to build back up, or at least the mesocyclone in the storm is pretty healthy still at this point. So I'll try and get a view here for a second. I'm getting ahead of the storm now, so I'll be able to actually get to a place where we can see it better and hopefully get kind of a static view of this lowering and the quick motion here.
Dan, can you tell me again, what location are you at? What's the closest? Because there's a new severe thunderstorm warning issued.
I'm just east-southeast of Albemarle right now.
Okay, yeah. So you are that is a severe thunderstorm warning. It's starting to show some rotation. So definitely, probably want to stick on that. That rotation right now would be moving from Locust to Albemarle. So you looks like you're in a good zone for this.
Yeah, I would have to kind of take a second to watch this cloud here, but it does appear to have features associated with the wall cloud. Fast motion, it's hanging down from the lower part of the storm. You have a very strong angle of descent here with this cloud. You'll see it here as I turn here in just a second. You'll get hopefully a better view of it. It's actually off to the left just by a little. I'm driving right beside it, but this might be doing something. I'm seeing some very strong signs of rotation here.
We're going to keep an eye on that, Dan. I want to quickly transition back up here to the triad right quick. We're continuing to watch these storms move through Burlington into the northern parts of Alamance County. I'm looking at, got a side screen here. There's some damage being shown by WFMY, and
I it looks tornadic to me. Just looking at some of the videos. So this would be in High Point, and it looks tornadic to me. Again, we can't confirm that. The National Weather Service will go out and do a storm survey, but it does look like a tornado did go through High Point. Looking at this video and damage right now. So that storm is continuing to move through Alamance County. Again, green level right here, green level, you need to be on the lookout as this storm continues to move through. This warning is supposed to expire at 6 p.m., but they've issued a new warning now for Alamance, Durham, Orange, and Person County until 7 p.m. This severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was near Graham, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. This is going to include portions of Rougemont around 6:35 and Roxborough at 6:40. Other locations include Carr, Brushy Fork, Mariah, and Shelley in this area. So this is, here's Graham right here. Here's Graham. And here's the way the storm is moving. So we're going to continue to watch this as the system continues to move through the area. So Dan, what's the latest on what you got?
So I'm pulled over right now, and you can see a lot better view of the lowering here at the base of this storm. Definitely some interesting stuff going on. I'm going to try and take a second to view the speed and kind of direction of these clouds to see if and what type of rotation is going on. But what I'm pointing at right there, that lowering, that is definitely kind of an ominous connected portion of what you can see up here. There's some very fast moving. Right now, I'm just going to call it a lowering, but you can watch how fast this is actually moving. This is in real time here. Yeah, and here comes the rain that's actually wrapping around this mesocyclone here. And that's usually a sign when you have rain wrapping around of, oh, and it's coming down hard. Here we go. So I'm going to actually move positions here. I'm going to take a second to try and get in the right spot where I can film this properly. And let's see, maybe a better kind of spot from the gas station here. But definitely. Oh, and here comes the rain wrapping around me. I was not counting on this. Okay, I'm going to reposition here, and I will tune back in shortly once I kind of get my acts together and find a safe place to view this storm. Okay, Scotty?
Sounds good, Dan. Thank you for that. Stay safe.
Thanks.
So that's Dan. He's going to be repositioning. We're going to reposition to the radar right now and show you this new severe thunderstorm or new tornado warning. This is going to be just outside of green level. This is going to be moving into northern portions of Orange County. This is going to be north of Hillsborough, north of Eflin. This is just going to be really just the top portion of the county, even north of Mebane. This also extends into Durham County, Rougemont, but this is far north of Durham. So we will continue to watch this area. This is also going to be into Person and even Caswell County, the southern portions of Caswell County. So we'll continue to watch that. Again, this storm has a history of producing some damage back over High Point. Saw some video out of Burlington that as well was very indicative of some very high winds. So we will continue to monitor this storm as it moves into the northern portions of Orange County, as well as Person County and Caswell County. Again, our partners at WFMY was able to see some video of some damage down in the High Point community. You know, the Weather Service will do their survey, but just kind of looking at it, it definitely looked like there could have been a tornado that touched down there. So very dangerous situation right now
ongoing in Burlington, Alamance, or just north of Burlington in Alamance County, over into Orange County, Person County, as well as the southeastern tip of Caswell County. Again, this is a tornado warning. This is going to be moving into the northern portions of Orange County right now. Let me see if I can try to get you some communities. This is more rural part of Orange County, so I need to get a different map here to kind of give you an idea of what is going on. So we have Anderson, we have Prospect Hill, High Towers, Frogsboro, Leesburg, all in this area, Pleasant Grove, Carr, all in this vicinity of the storm that is moving through Orange County, or moving through the northeastern portions of Alamance County into northwestern Orange County, southeastern Caswell County, and Person County. So again, numerous areas here under the gun as this circulation right here is about to pass over into Orange County. This is going to be north of Hillsboro. So if you live in Hillsboro or familiar with Hillsboro, you know that area. That is a populated area near the UNC campus. Our friend and panelist here, Jordan McLeod, lives near that community. So we will continue to watch that. But again, if you live in High Towers, Prospect Hill, Carr, McDade, Cedar Grove, Arrowhead, back towards Pleasant Grove, Anderson, you need to be in your safe place as these storms continue to move off. This is going to be north of Mabane. If you know where the Tanger outlets are, and you take Highway 119 north towards Pleasant Grove, that is where this warning is located. And again, here's the rotation that we're watching. You can see with the mouse here, that's the area that we're watching. So definitely want to be in your safe place as this storm continues to move to the northeast in this tornado warning polygon. So let me look here from the Weather Service, see if we've got any updated information. No new updated information as of the last few minutes. So that's hopefully no damage being reported. So hopefully that's good. Looking at some of the other weather offices and seeing if there's anything being reported. We've been following this storm. I've not had a chance to look at the other areas that are issuing warnings. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning continues until 6:15 for Ashe, Watauga, and Wilkes County in North Carolina. As that cold front moves into the mountains, starting to see some large hail in that area. So again, this tornado warning continuing into northwestern portions of Orange County. This is going to be along Highway 49 and then Highway 86, just north of Hillsboro. If you live in that area going into Person County and Caswell County, kind of that's a little intersection there between Highway 49 and 86. You need to be in your severe weather safe spot as this rotation continues to move into your area. Again, getting damage reports back over High Point. Saw some video in the Burlington area with some high winds. So this storm does have a history of producing high winds and potentially some damage. So new severe thunderstorm warning issued for Anson and Richmond County with the tornado tag possible. That's the storm that Dan was on, and he's repositioning. So we will continue to monitor that. Again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning for Anson and Richmond County until 6:45. And that is for damage and winds up to 60 mile per hour and up to nickel-size hail in that storm. So again, here's the tornado warning currently ongoing right here in just the northern portions of Burlington or Alamance County, northwestern sections of Orange County. We have southeastern Caswell County and Person County. That is where this rotation is moving into, and we could see
a tornado. So new severe thunderstorm warning again for the Rockingham area. That is where Dan was located. So back towards Albemarle, back into Albemarle, Rockingham, Wadesboro, a few cells down that way. But again, looking back over the history of this storm that is moving into Orange and Person County, it does have a history of producing some damage over High Point and then Burlington. Let's see here. No new warnings. I think we have Frank Straight. He's on streaming. Frank, I don't know if you can. Yeah, I see that the mic is off. I know the sun shines out where you are. So can you tell us where you're located right now?
I have decided to return to base in Polk County, and I am passing through the big city of Chesnee, South Carolina right now. And as you can see from my camera, looking at the sky, we have what the aviators call severe clear. So nothing exciting happening in this neck of the woods. I have taken a couple of glimpses, though, with that storm that you have been covering there just past north of Green Level and Mebane there. And that is really nasty looking. If you're in that polygon, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. That's a very tight rotation there that's showing up to northwest of Hillsboro, kind of northeast of Mebane right now. That looks pretty impressive. Of course, I'm driving. I don't have time, or it's unsafe for me to fiddle with the radar displays, so I'm not doing that. But I do want to keep everyone focused on that storm because it's pretty scary looking. And if it isn't producing a tornado at this moment, it could start at any second. So, folks, you need to be taking those precautions in your safe area, safest area of your house, an interior room, or a basement. If you have a bicycle helmet, by all means, put that on, or a motorcycle helmet. Put that on while you're in a safe spot. Under a piece of furniture, that would be helpful too. If you do end up getting hit by a tornado, because like I said, that cell looks very intense, and the rotation looks very intense as well. So I want to reinforce what you've been saying for the folks that are potentially affected by that cell, that they need to be taking it as serious as they possibly can.
Yeah, that's right, Frank. Looking at the latest radar images coming into us right now, this is going to be moving out of Alamance County here shortly. This is going to be more rural areas of Orange County. This is going to be north of Hillsboro. So if you travel Highway 86 north of Hillsboro, this is where that rotation is going to pass through. So you need to definitely be in your storm shelter, lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And like Frank said, helmets are a must to keep your head protected from any flying debris. Latest radar scan now showing that the rotation is moving towards the intersection of Highway 49 and 86. This is going to be on the border of, there's kind of like a three border community there of Person, Caswell, and Orange County, right at the intersection of Highway 86 and 49. That is where the rotation is moving through. So if you live in Hurdle Mills or Timberlake, you need to be in that safe place, eventually up towards Roxboro and Longhurst, as this rotation quickly continues to move to the northeast around 40 miles per hour. So again, that rotation right over the intersection of Highway 86 and 49, right there at where the three counties come together of Orange, Person, and Caswell County. Again, a rural place, but there's still people that are living there. So we definitely want you in your storm shelter as this storm continues to move through the area. And again, the severe thunderstorm warning for Alamance, Chatham, Guilford, and Randolph has been expired. It has been allowed to expire. So that is good news there. We like to hear that. But again, if you live there, looking at McDade, Cedar Grove, Walker's Landing, Arrowhead, Prospect Hill, you need to be in your safe place as this rotation
continues to move over your area. Some of those local roadways would be, we're looking at Highway 1718. We're looking at Allison Road, South Hyco Creek, Burton Road. We've got Bama Road, Hurdle Mills Road. So that location, northern portions of Caswell, I'm saying northern portions of Orange, southern portions of Caswell and Person County. This is where the rotation is continuing to move through. So looking around, that tornado warning, like we were just talking about, continues until 7 o'clock. So we've got another 45 minutes on that warning. Looking at some of the other, Alamance County, you are out of that warning now. So that is some good news. If you live there in Alamance County, the warning has been lifted for your area, but it continues for northern portions of Orange County, as well as the southeastern portion of Caswell and most of Person County right now is where that warning is. And so it's taking a track towards Roxborough. So if you live in Roxborough, now would be the time to be in that safe place. Again, the lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. We don't want you to be hit by any flying debris. It's always good to have a helmet on, maybe some jeans or a long sleeve shirt, maybe some time of eye protection to keep any debris out of your eyes. So again, we are watching that. Thunderstorms also continue in the mountains of North Carolina, where there's been some large hail reported in the Watauga County, Avery County area. That is the actual cold front moving into the area, and that will eventually clear all the severe weather out of our area for this evening. And it's been an active day. The only damage that I know of right now is in the High Point area, where fire department has talked about some structural damage, roofs being blown off some businesses along Main Street and Highway or Interstate 85. High Point, again, seeing some damage in that area. Burlington also saw some very gusty winds. No confirmation of a tornado or anything there, but looking as the circulation passed through Burlington, there was some substantial wind. In fact, there was a wind gust upwards of, I think, around 40, 45 miles per hour when that storm passed through there at the Burlington airport. So that is the line looking back over the mountains. Like I said, the cold front moving through some strong storms in Ashe County. But again, that line continuing to move through the Charlotte area. You were clear. This is now moving into Greensboro, or moving out of Greensboro, out of Burlington, more towards the Raleigh-Durham area. We do have that one severe thunderstorm warning for Montgomery, Moore, Randolph, and Stanley County until 7 p.m. That is the storm that Dan was on. He is repositioning, so hopefully we can get Dan on here in just the next little bit to see if he's got a better view of that. Troy, you are in the path of this storm. And again, it's a severe thunderstorm warning, but there's a potential of a tornado, so we'll have to watch that. But again, let's turn our attention back here towards Orange and Person County. The rotation moving into Person County. Again, this is radar indicated. There's no confirmation of a tornado on the ground. This is radar indicated rotation, but the atmospheric setup is there for a tornado. So it's best to be in your safe place and stay there until the storm passes, because we do not want you to be impacted by this potential tornado. So thankfully, I think that is the only tornado warning, that's in the state of North Carolina right now. Looking back over South Carolina, I don't see anything. So that's the only tornado warning right now. And that is moving into Person County as the storm cell continues to move out of Alamance and Orange County into Person County. So we are keeping an eye on that. Severe thunderstorm warning for Montgomery, Randolph, and Stanley County. That has been able to be expired. So that storm in Troy is no longer a severe warn, but we do have that severe warn storm over Anson, Wadesboro, Anson County near Wadesboro, and Rockingham and Richmond County. So we will continue to watch that. Looking at some of these reports coming in, we did have some overturned and damaged bus from Thunderstorm in the Elon area. So new report here, Elon. Oh man, yeah. Okay, here we go. Gibsonville, Guilford County, roofs off homes, multiple trees down along Ethan's Way. We do have an overturned and damaged bus from thunderstorm winds in Elon. This is most likely that a tornado that's moved through this area. So again, it gives me cold chills reading these reports now coming in out of the triad. Looks like we did have a tornado that came through Guilford County as well as Alamance County with an overturned and damaged bus in Elon, and then Gibsonville in Guilford County, roofs off homes, multiple trees down along Ethan Way. So again, that could tell us, if you connect the dots, that could have definitely been a tornado touchdown there. And that rotation continues to exist as it moves into now Hurdle Mills and Timberlake into Person County. So we'll continue to watch this circulation, but it does have a history now of producing damage. And unfortunately, it's more than just trees down. We're hearing reports now of roofs of homes, a bus overturned. We had some reports back in High Point of some structural damage to businesses. So unfortunately, as we connect the dots here, this storm started down here in the Thomasville High Point area and continued to move across Guilford County, eventually into Elon, and now into the Hurdle Mills community. So if you live in Hurdle Mills, Timberlake, Roxborough, you need to be in your storm shelter right now as this rotation continues to move through the area. It's got a history of producing a lot of damage. And if you kind of connect the dots, it could have been a tornado that touched down in that area. So just please be in that safe spot, because we don't want to hear of any injuries or fatalities. So please be in your storm shelter if you live in the Hurdle Mills community, Timberlake community. If you know anyone in that area, they're in southern Person County, just south of Roxborough, please let them know. We always hate to hear about this. We never want to see damage. We never want it to see affect people's lives, but unfortunately, this supercell thunderstorm has affected some lives and created some damage. We just hope that there's no injuries associated with this storm, and so far we have not heard of any. So again, this tornado warning continues for Orange County as well as Caswell and Person County. This rotation moving into the Hurdle Mills community, eventually into Timberlake and then Roxborough. So it's not losing any energy. It's maintained as it continues to move. And you can kind of see these icons right here show us where the storm damage was. And that was right there where we saw that intense rotation over Elon. There's Highway 70. We were talking about that. So Interstate 40, Highway 70, we were talking about this area. Not good, not good, not what we like to see at all. Let me look back here through our NWS chat service. This is a way that we can communicate with the National Weather Service. Not seeing anything of note anywhere outside of the Raleigh forecast area, which is forecasting these tornadic thunderstorms right now. So we'll continue to watch this as the storm continues to move through. The tornado warning for Caswell County, this little sliver, this little triangle right here, that has been expired. It's been canceled. Here's the rotation. It is now moving into Person County, Hurdle Mills, Timberlake, Roxborough. You need your safe place as this storm continues to move into your area. Again, Brushy Fork, Hester Store, Fogsboro, Leesburg, Allen's Level, Whittown, you all need to be in your safe place if you live along Highway 49 there. Prospect Hill, or be in your safe place as it continues
If you haven't done so
to the northeast around 40 miles per hour. Starting to see some lightning Again, when we see this lightning right here, that kind of tells us there's an uptick in the activity. Could be signs of strengthening. And that's not what we want to hear from this storm, because this storm has produced widespread damage back over Burlington, Elon, back into Winesett, and back into High Point. So you can kind of see, here's our first cluster of damage over High Point, Archdale. Our second cluster of damage right now over the Elon, Burlington area. And now here's where our rotation is as it continues to move into Hurdles Mill and Timberlake. So 2 clusters of damage from the supercell as it continues to move into the Person County area. And that is where a tornado warning continues until 7 o'clock. For areas near Hurdle Mills, Timberlake, and Roxborough, as well as Longhurst there in North Carolina in Person County. Looking back over the NWS chat, I'm looking at some of the reports here. Sorry for the pause there. I was kind of reading some of their. Talking about this tornadic storm is starting to move into a more stable environment. They're trying to debate if this warning will be extended. It's moving into a more stable environment, but it has produced some pods of damage. So there's kind of a debate of what's going to win out. Will this storm maintain itself, or once it gets into this more cooler, stabler air near Person and Granville County, will this tornado warning continue? This is going to be well north of Chapel Hill. This is north of Durham, north of Creedmoor, north of Raleigh. Now we are watching this line of storms right here as it moves towards the Raleigh area. But this tornado warning storm right now is going to be north of Durham, Chapel Hill, and Wake Forest, Raleigh, Gardner, Apex. So it's into the northern parts here of North Carolina. So eventually moving towards the Virginia state line here soon. So we'll continue to monitor that. But you can kind of see the temperature 61, dew point 59. It's much more stable up in this area as it is than down here in the Raleigh area where temperatures are in the 70s. There you can see, let's see, that was Johnston County near Smithfield, 75 degrees. So you can see 75 degrees, and then you go about, I don't know, an hour or so north up into this area. It's a much more stable environment over the Roxborough area. So here's the rotation moving through Hurdle Mills now. It's going to pass right over this weather observation, the ASOS station here in Roxborough. So may get a good wind gust out of that. So we'll continue to monitor this. But this is the only tornado warning right now. We do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings. One in Montgomery County, northern Montgomery County, just north of Troy. We also have another one in Alamance County that is just south of Burlington. This is for the Sexpaw area, including Chapel Hill and Hillsboro. And then we do have this one tornado warning that continues here, passing through the Hurdle Mills community in Timberlake. So if you live in Timberlake, you need to be in your safe place right now as we continue to monitor this storm. It is 6:27 here on Thursday, March 18th, 2021. Severe weather day across the Carolinas. We have got some damage reports out of two areas of interest. One over the Alamance County area near Burlington, near Elon College, and right here along the Guilford Alamance County line. Then we also have another cluster of damage reports over High Point here in southern Guilford County, where a potential tornado could have developed as it moved out of Thomasville, created some damage here in High Point, moved through the Pleasant Grove, Forest Oaks area into Winesett, Elon, Burlington, And then that supercell continues now up into the Hurdles Mill community and Timberlake. And again, this storm is moving into a more stable environment. You can kind of see there's some fog and mist here in Oxford. So that's telling us that aloft the warm air is there, but here at the surface there's still some cool air. So it'll be interesting to see how this storm interacts once it gets into a more stable environment. It is a long track supercell. I mean, it has tracked across 3 or 4 counties now and produced damage in 2 areas, in the High Point area as well as the Burlington area, 2 of the more populated areas there in the Piedmont Triad area. So we will continue to monitor that and see how that progresses as we continue to watch these storms. So we do have some storms up in the mountains of North Carolina where we've had some large hail reports. Then moving through Ashe County, we had a quarter-size report there in Sugar Grove, half-inch size or about nickel-size hail in the Silverstone area of Watauga County, and then Ashe County right now seeing a pretty strong thunderstorm. And this is the actual cold front that is moving through the area. So we are watching that as well. Go ahead and pull up those storms moving through the mountains and kind of see these damage reports here in Watauga County and then Ashe County. So we're watching those as well as they move into Allegheny. So those that's what we're watching. But again, kind of what's going on right now. We're watching one tornado warning that is currently in place over the area. And that is in the sorry, I was reading another message there. One tornado warning in the Person County area. This is rotations moving through the Hurdle Mills community into Timberlake. But it's moving into a more stable atmosphere. So we'll continue to see what happens here. It does look like it's created 2 little areas, 2 sections of some damage in the Winesett, Burlington, Elon area, and then back towards High Point. So the National Weather Service will send out a damage survey team to take a look at this damage and rate and see if it was a tornado or just damage in straight line winds. But that will be done over the next day or so. So we'll be able to get that report here and pass it along. But some damage concentrated in the Elon community as well as the High Point community there in the Piedmont Triad area. Tornado warning for Orange County has been discontinued. It continues for Durham as well as Person County. But I will tell you the rotation is moving north of Durham County. So northern Durham County, you may be allowed to expire that here shortly as this storm continues to move through. At 6:29, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Person County Airport in Roxboro, about 8 miles south of the city, moving northeast at now 25 miles per hour. So it's starting to slow down a little bit. It's also starting to encounter a more stable environment. Stage storm will be around Searle at 6:35. Other locations impacted would be Moriah, Searle, and Mayo Reservoir. So more of a more rural area of North Carolina as it moves into Person County. So we'll continue to watch that. Let's see Frank there. He's got his camera up. Frank, I'm going to toss it to you, and I know you're not in severe weather right now. We're continuing to watch this one warning, but kind of give us a recap of what your day's been like.
My day began with chilly rain falling at a base in Mill Spring, North Carolina. That's Polk County. And this morning, I wasn't really sure whether I was going to go about my usual routine with some exercise or whether I would try and chase some storms. But I decided kind of at the last minute, hey, why not go chase some storms and see what we can come up with? And lo and behold, drove down to Spartanburg and gassed up there and just drove a little ways to the south and decided I was going the wrong way and better retreat back to the north. And it sure did look pretty impressive going back that way. And I knew that some interesting things were going to happen because right before I crossed I-85, it was cloudy and foggy and 56 degrees. And then heading south, by the time I got to the gas station in the Westgate area of Spartanburg, it was 64. And I went another 5 miles south, it was 72. So over the course of about 10 miles, I saw a rapid rise in temperatures, about 16 degrees there. So I knew that interesting things were going to happen, and lo and behold, they did. A short while after that, we saw that tornado warning issued in Spartanburg County, and I was almost in perfect position for that, but not quite. A little bit too far away to see what rotation might be going on, but I did go chase after it and look for it. Ended up mostly just seeing rain and a rapid drop back in temperatures to the 50s. But I did follow along, passing through the northern part of Spartanburg, and found in that area no damage at all. Stopped in and visited my son briefly, and he was in good shape, and he had just gotten out of his safe spot. He lives in a mobile home, but his landlord has a good solid home that he can use in situations. When you live in such a structure as a mobile home, that you need to be prepared to abandon that and look for something sturdy, be it the convenience store a quarter mile away or a friend's house or whatever it may be. And I cautioned him when he moved into a mobile home that he'd have to have some place to go when he's in a tornado warning. And it's a good thing that he did, because even though I didn't see any reports of tornadoes, couldn't find any damage, didn't see any damage reports from that storm, the most dangerous part of it, if there was going to be a tornado, it would have been right over that area. So he certainly did the right thing by finding some sturdy structure to get inside of. So anyway, but unfortunately, the only way I could go northeast from there is I-85, and there's construction along that area northeast of Spartanburg going on to Gaffney and beyond. I think that's 6 lanes right now, so and traffic was going very. So I knew there was no way I'd be able to keep up with the storm, so I kind of gave up on that and decided to see if we could see any sneaky stuff pop up as the cold front came through. And at first, it looked like that was going to happen. But those storms did not fare well. The air aloft, I guess, a little bit too dry for them. And we ended up seeing a couple of cells pop, but they didn't do very well. And I followed them a little ways, ended up chasing them over to Gaffney, but nothing came out of it except for a little bit of rain. If you watched my camera as I was from following those cells, you might did catch a little bit of a rainbow. So nothing exciting there, but it was pretty. And after that, I headed back and took the scenic route back toward Holman, Polk County. I saw a lot of pretty peach blossoms and some dogwood blossoms, but nothing no damage to report from this area. And it looks as though we're heading into a pretty evening in the southern foothills of North Carolina, Scotty.
So amazing, Frank. Looking at your camera view there, I mean, we're technically not too far away from each other. It is still completely cloudy up here, and where you are, complete sunshine. So it's crazy, a couple county difference of the weather situation there.
Looking to the northwest, it looks as though some wraparound clouds are trying to come back in. I guess some of that's associated with the thunderstorms that are occurring in the mountains, and some less intense shower activity, I guess, is going on further southwest along the Tennessee line and into North Georgia. So, it won't be, but comfortable evening for now. Pretty nice.
I think we're losing Frank's audio there. I know sometimes cell coverage is not the best down there. Frank was talking about that. There could be some wraparound moisture, actually bringing some snow flurries to the highest locations there in the mountains, but showers otherwise. Some more bad news to report to you.
we are getting reports of some more damage occurring in the Cedar Grove community of Orange County. This is where that thunderstorm, or that rotating thunderstorm, went through in the northern part of Orange County. Reports in the Cedar Grove community of multiple trees down and roofs off homes near Pentecost Road there in Orange County. It looks like responding units are advising it looks like a tornado has touched down there. And so this is from emergency management in Orange County. And I hate saying this, but one structure on Pentecost Road area reported as leveled. And we never like to hear that. So that would verify that the supercell has continued to produce damage, now in 3 locations across the Piedmont Triad, High Point, Burlington, and now northern portions of Orange County near Pleasant Grove, or Cedar Grove. And the last report for emergency management there was one structure in the area reported as leveled. So not good news with this event. This looked to be a supercell that developed over the High Point area, tracked through the Greensboro area, eventually producing more damage in the Elon, Burlington area, and then now getting reports of damage in the northern portions of Orange County, where emergency management officials are saying one structure has been leveled. So I hate to hear that. We never want to hear those. New tornado warning now that has just been issued. This is going to be for the Durham and Orange County area until 7:30. 6:39, a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Hillsboro, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. This storm will be near Durham at 6:55. Other locations in the path of this storm would be Falls Lake, Eno River State Park, Lake Michie, and Gorman. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado, so there is no confirmation of a tornado on the ground. And as you can see, this is the new tornado warning. This is going to be just outside of Hillsboro. Very populated area there along Interstate 40. This is going to track just to the north of Durham. And so we'll continue to monitor that. So if you live in Hillsboro, or if you live in Orange County along Interstate 40, along Highway 70, you need to be in your safe place. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Lowest level of your home, or wherever you may be at, that's a closet, an interior hallway, a bathroom. You just want to be in the most centralized portion. Put as many walls between you and the outside to protect yourself from any debris. And again, this is going to be here for the Hillsboro community. And I think this is, we're just watching this storm right here with some rotation that could move through Hillsboro and then eventually into Durham County and just north of Durham. So so it looks like the National Weather Service there in Raleigh is going to issue a new tornado warning. This is for Granville County. This is the storm we've been watching as it now moves into Granville County. Here's the new here's the rotation, and here's the new polygon. This is from that supercell that's produced now 3 pockets of damage in the area. And I'm sorry about that. I thought you guys may be seeing me, but you're not. So let me share the screen here. Going on like 2 or 3 hours of coverage now. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't click the button over. So here's the new warning for Granville County. Here's the rotation that is about to move into Granville County. This is the supercell that has now produced damage in 3 pockets here in northern Orange County. Then we have a pocket over the Burlington, Elon area, and then a pocket over High Point. So 3 distinct pockets of damage from this supercell that is tracking through the Piedmont Triad area.
have a secondary tornado warning that is out for the Hillsborough community. This is going to be along Interstate 40, Interstate 77. You can see Interstate 85 as well, kind of that's where everything forks off at, and you go to Chapel Hill one way and you go to Durham the other way. The rotation is right there at the intersection of 40 and 85. This is going to track to the north of Interstate 40. So if you're traveling along Interstate 85, you will be in this polygon for a while. So this tornado warning continues, just looking at the time here, till 7:30. The tornado warning for Granville County is until 7:15. So the southern tornado warning for Hillsborough and Orange County and Durham County is 7:30. The tornado warning for Granville County up here where we've seen that those pockets of damage continues until 7:15. So we will continue to monitor both of these tornado warnings. Again, this atmosphere in the Raleigh area, temperature 73 with some south-southwest wind gusts. So it's a very warm atmosphere and providing some fuel for the thunderstorms. So we could see these storms really blossom as they move into the Triangle area, the Raleigh-Durham area, as this line of storms continues to track across North Carolina. South Carolina, all is good. There's no warnings or anything like that. So that is some good news. The only area of warning is kind of from the Virginia, North Carolina state line all the way through the Sandhills down here into Montgomery County. That is where we see the tornado warnings continue again for Durham and Orange County. And then we have the tornado warning moving out of Person County into Granville County. And so this supercell has a history of producing some tornadoes. Well, history of producing damage and some ground confirmation that the damage looks like tornado damage. So we are continuing to monitor this storm system as it moves into the northern parts of North Carolina. Again, if you live in Granville County, Oxford, Stovall, you need to be in your safe place as this tornadic storm approaches your area. Severe thunderstorm issued for Richmond, Montgomery, Moore, Hoke, and Anson County. Again, that is this line of storms that is pushed through the mountains and foothills and then the Piedmont, and now it's moving through the Sandhills and into the eastern part of North Carolina. That is where we are seeing these warnings pop up. And if you can kind of see, here's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and here's that tornadic cell. So you can kind of see where that supercell traversed through with 3 areas of damage that has been reported with this supercell. So same supercell, but we could have seen a couple of different touchdowns with tornadoes. We would have damage path. We'd have damage reports all in this if it was continuously on the ground, which we do not think it was, but we do believe that there are 3 distinct areas of damage. And if you kind of put the dots together, that's where the rotation has been. And so they could have been tornadoes. Again, National Weather Service in Raleigh will go out and do their damage survey over the next day or two, and we will be anxiously awaiting the report to see what they find. So again, tornado warning continues for Durham and Orange County. This goes until 7:30. This tornado warning moving out of Person County into Granville County. This will continue until 7:15. And again, this is a more stable environment, but we still can't rule out this storm has a history of producing damage, and so we can't rule out we can't rule out any tornado with this because of the previous history. So even though it's in a more stable environment, it continues to maintain itself as it moves through the northern portions of North Carolina. So looking through our chat here, nothing really much going on in South Carolina, so that is some good news. Storms back over the mountains have kind of calmed down, so we're just watching this line right here. This line of storms, just 2 tornado warnings continuing for portions of Orange and Durham County, as well as Granville County. And those are the one in Granville County has that history of producing a tornado. So we definitely want to keep our attention on that, even though it is moving into a more stable atmosphere. You can kind of see this METAR right here. This is out at the, I guess, Oxford Airport. That's the closest city, Oxford Airport. And it's showing you a temperature of 61, mostly cloudy with fog and mist. Visibility at 5 miles. So kind of say this is more of a stable atmosphere, kind of the wedge hanging on. This is the boundary. So that may make sense of why this supercell was able to produce these pockets of damage, is that retreating wedge front created a boundary that the supercell just anchored on and continued to move through, and that's where we see those 3 distinct pockets of some damage. So we hate it for all those who have suffered. Thankfully, we've not heard of any injuries or fatalities, so we are grateful for that. We hate to see the damage, but we're grateful to hear that there's not been any injuries or fatalities. Okay, so looking through here, the weather service chat has been quiet for the last little bit, so that's some good news. Hopefully things are starting to dwindle down. Colby watching, he's wanting to know about Spring Lake and Fayetteville. Are they going to be fine? We can pull our radar down to Fayetteville, and you can see here's Laurinburg, here's Fayetteville. We're watching this storm over Ellerbe. This is going to be moving out of Anson County into Richmond County, and then eventually into Moore County and northern Hoke County near Rayford. So we'll watch this as this line continues to move through towards Fayetteville. Fayetteville's got a temperature of 75, some strong southerly winds gusting at 33 miles per hour. So that's really pumping in some warm air. So we will have to watch this area for any potential development of some strong to severe storms. Over here at Whispering Pines, you've got southwesterly winds at 32 miles per hour, gusting, temperature 73. So there's some CAPE, some thunderstorm fuel down in this area that will help fuel these storms. All right, so tornado warning has been canceled for Durham and Person County. So here's Person County, and Durham County is right here, but I guess this northern part where Rougemont was is where the warning has been discontinued. So here's the rotation. Again, we're getting into that area where we don't have good radar coverage, so it's a little bit more messy. This is going to be moving into Granville County. Again, this storm has a history of producing some damage, so we definitely want to keep our eye on it as it continues to move into the area here. So if you live in Oxford, Lewis, Stovall, Oak Hill, Allensville, we want to keep an eye on this storm as it continues to move into your area here along the county line. Reading a report here from the Weather Service. Again, no further damage reports coming out, so that's good. We like to hear that. Not saying that there's not any more damage there. We're just not hearing of any right now through our channels here at the Weather Service. So, Colby, to answer your question, I don't know if I did or not. Spring Lake, Fayetteville, we'll have to watch that area. It's still got some. There's still some moisture and some warmth and some fuel for thunderstorms. We'll have to continue to monitor that area. So we do have this tornado warning continuing, but pretty sloppy, and it's honestly, let's go over here to the terminal Doppler. Maybe here in Raleigh. This will kind of give us a better idea. There's some broad rotation right here, but nothing that just really screams out to me like we saw with the earlier storms. This is Bahama, Durham, Gorman. The rotation is maybe right in here. Again, nothing that really screams out to me. Here's this this line. Now, this is the terminal Doppler, so we're starting to get away from this area, so it gets a little bit more sloppy presentation. All right, so the tornado warning continuing for Durham County. That's what we were just talking about. The latest on this storm would be tornadic thunderstorm. Oh, I'm sorry, that continues. Yeah, I was reading the right one. There continued 6:53 severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes located 7 miles south of Rougemont or 9 miles north of Durham, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So here's Rougemont. Here's Durham, and they're watching this rotation right here, which is pretty broad. Small little polygon here. Again, nothing really screams out to you. These could be one of those quick spin-ups where you get something that happens quickly and then it's gone in the next radar scan. So we'll continue to watch that area as well. I'm going to switch back to the National Weather Service Doppler radar there in Raleigh instead of the terminal Doppler. So I'll give it just a second here. This is a little bit more stronger, so we look at this rotation. Yeah, there's a little bit right in here. So that just, it bears to be watching. So if you live in Gorman, Bahama, Butner, we'll watch this area. There's a lake. Kind of watch this area, see what takes place through that area. But again, this tornado warning continues until 7:30. So we'll continue to watch that. And then we have our rotation moving into Granville County, and it's getting a little bit more sloppy looking as we get further away from the radar. And I think we're not close enough to Wakefield's radar. We'll try it out. Yeah, we're still in that range ring. You can kind of see out of the radar coverage there at Wakefield. So we'll go back to Raleigh. So a little bit ago, we were talking about that supercell that was passing through the Roxbury area near the airport. Thunderstorm wind gust of 45 miles per hour when that storm passed through. So it still has a little bit of a punch to it, but right there's the METAR. So again, we're watching this area going into the area that could potentially see a quick spin up here, but the radar presentation not as defined as it was earlier when it was back over Orange County into Alamance County and Guilford County. So 3 pockets of damage from the supercell. So we'll continue to watch that as it moves through the area. And again, we have this tornado warning out for just portions of Durham County for another few minutes. I think that goes away at 7. One of them goes away at 7. I've got all my tornado warnings confused now. There it goes. So here's the Granville County, and then here is the Durham County tornado warning. And this is all along the line. If we put reflectivity on, kind of see here's the line of storms. Again, we're watching these little squiggly lines right in here for a quick spin up. And then as we get into Granville County, things are starting to look a little bit more linear. When they become linear, they become more of a damage and wind threat. It's these isolated cells like these, or this over here, that are not really competing with anything, so they're able to get as much inflow into these storms as possible, and those are the ones that tend to rotate a little bit more when they don't have any competition near them. So once we kind of get linear like this, we turn more from a supercell threat to a damaging wind threat, straight line wind threat. But again, you can't rule out some isolated tornadoes in these little squiggly lines here. We call those QLCS. So you're going to continue this tornado warning right here in Durham County. This is going to include Creedmoor, Butner, and Stem until 7:45. Some new lightning back over the Charlotte area. So we're going to continue to watch this. I am going to pause for just a minute. I've got food that I've been trying to nibble on for a little bit, so I'm getting a headache. So I'm going to finish my sandwich right quick, but I'm going to keep the radar up, and then as soon as I get done, we'll jump back on and continue to talk. Just give me about 2 or 3 minutes, please. All right, everyone. I'm back here, and you can see the radar. It continues to show these severe thunderstorms and tornadic warned storms move into the area just north of Raleigh. Let me pause this down. I don't want it to be too busy for you all. But you can kind of see this line of storms extends from Seagrove all the way through Siler City, up into Chapel Hill, Durham, Creedmoor, and then up into Granville County, up to the Virginia state line. And so we're going to be watching this area right here. I've been paying attention to this area. We're starting to see a little bit more rotation here, moving into the Bahama area. This would also be for Stem and Creedmoor. This is going to be north of Durham. But again, this area is showing some signs of rotation. Again, this is going to be north of Durham. Here's downtown Durham. Here's Gorman. But we're starting to see a lot of lightning out ahead of this. And that sometimes signifies to us that the storm is strengthening. Starting to see some development in that could produce a strengthening storm. So we'll continue to watch that. If you live in Creedmoor or Butner, you need to be in your safe place, as well as Stem. These areas right here, you need to definitely be in your safe place as these storms continue to race off to the northeast. They're showing a little bit of rotation here, especially near Butner and Stem. You need to be in that safe place. In fact, we also have another tornado warning continuing until 7:15. That is for Granville County. That would be this storm up in this area, moving close to the Virginia state line. This thunderstorm is capable of producing tornadoes located along Highway 15 near between Oxford and Stovall, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. This tornado could be near mainly rural areas of northern Granville County, including the following locations of Tungsten, Stovall, and John H. Kerr Reservoir. So we are watching this area right in here between Oxford and Stovall for the potential of some rotation there. And then as we move down into the Creedmoor area, we are watching this thunderstorm continue to move towards Butner and Creedmoor, showing some signs of rotation. So we definitely want you in that safe place. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Lowest level of your home. It's always a good idea to have a helmet or something that's able to protect your head from any flying debris. Goggles is always a good thing to keep your eyes safe. So we definitely want you in your safe place as this line of storms continues to move through the area. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings back over Richmond and Moore County, as well as Chatham County, portions of Orange County, as well as very southern tip of Alamance County. This is all moving into the Raleigh area, and there's a lot of atmospheric energy over eastern North Carolina with some warm temperatures, high dew points, some good fuel for these storms to survive as they move into that area. So again, this tornado warning continues for Durham County, and this is going to be affecting Creedmoor, Butner, Stem, up into Granville County, Oxford, Stovall, all under a tornado warning. This one in Granville County until 7:15. This one over Durham County goes until 7:45. Yes, 7:45 is looking through our notes here. So those are the two tornado warnings currently ongoing. Fortunately for everyone else, there's not much going on. So this is the only game in town. We have seen this line of thunderstorms, especially this one, this storm up in Granville County. You look back over portions of northern Orange, back into Alamance, and into Guilford County, 3 pockets of damage to structures, homes, trees down, power lines down, possibility maybe of a tornado or several tornadoes in these areas. So the National Weather Service in Raleigh will conduct their storm surveys over the next few days, and we will get the official word from them, but right now there's 3 pockets of damage here across the Piedmont Triad area, and if you kind of connect the dots, definitely could be associated with your with the tornado. So that is that's what it looks like right now on radar. Again, we've got a couple of tornado warnings just north of Durham. One for Granville County, one for Durham County. That includes the towns of Creedmoor, Butner, and Stem, and then up into Granville County with Oxford and Stovall. So that is where these storms currently are. And then, like I said, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, bigger severe thunderstorm warnings on this line. The National Weather Service in Raleigh issuing those big warnings there as this line approaches the area. So let's zoom back into this area. So we're watching this area for some rotation between Butner and Stem. This is going to be Interstate 85. So this is about to cross over Interstate 85 just north of Creedmoor here in Durham County. And then we've got this storm moving out of Granville County. This will eventually be out of Granville County soon. Could cross into portions of northern Vance County before it moves into Virginia. So we'll have to watch that as this storm moves through. We're looking back over this storm over Durham County near Butner, Creedmoor. Looking at rotation, let's take a look at the CC products here. You can kind of see a lowering here. That's interesting. So we'll continue to watch this, but we could see there could be some debris being lofted up there. Let's put it in motion here. Let's see if we can notice anything. It's going to take just a minute. My computer is on overload right now, so the lightning. We may have to reboot. All right, there we go. So let's go back over the last few frames. Yeah, we're watching this area right here, moving into Butner. We'll continue to watch that. Butner, you're under a tornado warning, so we hope that you're in your safe place, lowest level of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Great to also have a helmet in there, just in case if there was any flying debris, possibly some goggles. We want you to have some good shoes on just in case there was some debris that you may have to walk out of. We don't want you to get injured with that. So here's the latest radar sweep. Now this is moving through Butner. Creedmoor, you're next. So we hope that you are in the storm shelter, storm safe place right now as the storm continues to cross over Interstate 85. Some strong gusting winds. So there's our relative velocity. Let's get that up to date. Actually, I'm going to close this program out for just a second. And we're going to restart it because it is not wanting to agree with me. So bear with me for just one moment as we get these new products up. So the tornado warning has been extended for the northern portions of the Raleigh coverage area. This is going to include Henderson, Norlina, and Warrenton. The National Weather Service out of Raleigh issuing this tornado warning. It's continuing this Granville County warning. So funky looking polygon. So here's the old polygon. Here's the new polygon as it moves into northern Warren and northern Vance County. Here is the polygon for Durham County. This is going to be moving into Stem, Creedmoor. So we can go back a few scans here. Yeah, so you can kind of see this TBS signature right here. See what happens there. Could have been a possible. We'll have to watch this area. See if there's any damage reports come out of this area. Could have been a quick spin up as we continue to watch this storm. Now this is going to be moving into the Virginia area soon. But northern Warren County, northern Vance County, you're under this tornado warning until 8:15 p.m. That's for another hour. And this tornado warning continues until 7:45, and that includes the Creedmoor area. So we are watching those two locations right now. Tornado warning canceled for Durham County. Severe thunderstorm warning canceled for Alamance and Orange County. So the Durham County tornado warning, there was two, so I'm assuming it's this first one right here. The second one that includes Creedmoor, that one will still continue as it moves through the area. Looking through the Weather Service chat here, they're asking for any reports from York, Mecklenburg, and Cabarrus County. No reports of damage as that tornado warning cell moved through. So that is a good sign there. We like to hear it when there's no damage. So hopefully that continues. Let's go back and look at this tornado warning storm here that is moving through the northern portions of North Carolina. Again, Vance and Warren County, as well as Granville County, all under a tornado warning. Starting to see that signature again here just outside of Stovall. So hopefully, hope you guys, yeah, you can see, there we go. Stovall, we're continuing to watch that. We could see a signature there. This is coming linear. So what could occur here is these, what we call QLCS, quasi-linear convective systems. And when we see these QCLS, we could see these little notches. Any notch through here could produce a quick spin up. So we'll have to continue to watch that as it moves through the area. Creedmoor, again, you are under the gun. It'll be interesting to see if this warning gets extended into Cottrell, Lewisburg, and Franklin County. We'll see. I just heard another beep in my ear, and that tornado warning for Granville County continues till 7:45. These storms are starting to pick up some pace now. 50 mile per hour, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour now in Granville County. Tornado warning remains in effect until 7:45 for southern Granville County. 7:15, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes located 7 miles north of Creedmoor, northeast, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. And this storm likely be around Oxford around 7:25 p.m. So here's the Creedmoor. Watching this right here. This is the one that we are watching. So it's continuing to move in this direction. So this tornado warning. We're watching this back here over Stillman Creedmoor as it continues to move to the northeast. It's going to miss Cantrell. It doesn't seem like the warning is going to be extended there. Tornado warning, canceled for northern Granville. We had two. So here's Granville County. This one is over here in the northern and central sections, but we're still, the southern sections of Granville County continues under a tornado watch or warning. Tornado watch has been canceled in Alamance, Davison, Guilford, Randolph, and Stanley County. So the Greensboro area no longer under a tornado watch. Severe weather threat has ended for your area. It continues though here for the Raleigh area for the next little bit. So again, we have, let's go back to one panel here. This warning is over right here. That one's been dropped. So now we are watching this large warning, which is accompanied. We're watching this system as well as this system. These are quickly moving to the northeast around 50 miles per hour. So we should get scans every minute or so now from the Weather Service. I noticed they're in cells too in the radar. So that tells us that we'll get quicker scans of this storm system as it continues to move through. Again, storms off of the North Carolina coast. We're watching these few storms back here over the Sandhills of North Carolina, back towards Southern Pines. We have one here in Chesterfield County, just outside of Chesterfield. But again, 2 tornado warnings. One right now here in Durham County. This one's now moving through Creedmoor. Will eventually move just south of Oxford into Henderson and Vance County, as well as Warren County. Looking back over some of the Charlotte stuff, Mecklenburg County, and no reports of damage there from the earlier tornado warning, but we do have some damage reports though back in Orange County, Alamance, and Guilford County. The National Weather Service in Raleigh will most likely be out at these spots over the next few days to determine if it was straight line damage and winds or a tornado that occurred. All these areas all these concentrated areas of damage were under a tornado warning at the time. So there was some rotation on the radar at the time as well. So we'll have to see if that gets verified. So again, this tornado warning going to continue to move into here in northern North Carolina. As Creedmoor, you are now under the gun. This is going to be continuing to move out of your area. Then we're watching this area over Townsville, Middleburg, Henderson, Norlina, Wise, Warrenton, Henderson, Vance, and Warren County, all under this tornado warning. Again, it's most likely riding the wedge boundary as it continues to move through northern North Carolina. Just looking through the chat here to see if there's anything I've missed here. Nothing yet. Again, these storms continue to move through Durham, Granville, Vance, and Warren County. Warren County, there's no storm in your county yet. You can see Warren County is right here. No storm in your area yet, but we're watching this line progress into your area. So you need to start thinking about where you need to go once this line gets into your area. Severe thunderstorm warnings have been canceled. That's a good report there. The only other one ongoing right now is about to expire here in the next few minutes, and that would be over Moore County. Again, the axis of the storminess right now is north of Durham. This is going to be moving into Henderson, over towards Warrenton, Littleton also in this tornado polygon, as well as Norlina and Wise, Middlesburg. Also back towards Creedmoor, you're still in this warning as well. This is going to be Kentrell. If you're in Kentrell, you probably will want to be mindful of what's going on. We could see a warning extended there as the cell continues to move into the area. But again, this is the only tornado warning right now for Vance and Warren County. This goes until 8:15, and then this tornado warning over southern Granville County remains in effect until 7:45, so another 20 minutes or so. Okay, it looks like we're still pretty quiet here on the weather chat, so that's good. We're not really getting any damage reports right now, and a lot of this is about to move into Virginia. So kind of see that lightning uptick moving into Virginia. These storms again moving quickly to the northeast, around 40 to 50 miles per hour. It's been a long day. Had several warnings, and it looks like we may have had one supercell that spawned 3 different areas of damage. Again, no tornado confirmed the National Weather Service will be out doing a damage survey in Guilford County, as well as Alamance County and Orange County over the next few days. But those areas that did receive damage were under a tornado warning at the time, and the rotation was present on radar. So if you kind of connect the dots, you can kind of see what may have happened, but there's no official word until the National Weather Service conducts their damage survey there in Raleigh, and then they will release that data out to us to let us know exactly what they determined to happen, if it was a tornado or straight line damage and wind. We'll continue to watch that for that report. So we continue to watch. Again, the other severe thunderstorm warning right now is over Moore County and Hope County. Besides that, we just have this tornado warning up here in Granville, Vance, and Warren County. It goes on until 8:15. So those are the two storms that we are watching. Watching those, I was getting some information there from our chat. Reading some of everybody's kind of starting to digest what's happened and kind of talking. So I was reading some of that conversation there. So they're going to continue this tornado warning. It's going to be for Franklin, Vance, Warren County until 8:30. Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Kittrell or near Oxford, moving east at 55 miles per hour. So right in this area, moving east. Now this is more linear. So this could be a QLCS tornado. And these are hard to pick out because in this line, any little indentation could be a possible spin up. It's not like what we saw earlier, where these supercells were out kind of not competing with anything else, and they were able to rotate more. So these this linear line here produces these quick spin-up tornadoes. They could occur and the next radar scan, they could be gone. So these are more of those quick spinners. So again, Cantrell, Centerville, Hollister, Warren County here, under this tornado warning. It's going to be north of Lewisburg, Castilla, northern Franklin County, Vance County, Warren County, Warrenton, you're under this tornado warning, Littleton. No, if you are under this tornado warning, if you find yourself in this polygon, you need to be in the lowest level of your home, but as many walls between you and the outside as possible. It's a good idea to be in the most centralized location. Maybe that's a hallway. Maybe it's a closet, a stairwell. Maybe a bathroom. No windows, no doors around. You want to make sure that you have your safety kit in there, a helmet, potentially some goggles, first aid kit. It's always good to have a radio or battery operated radio. That way, if you was to lose power, you'd still be able to receive information. Make sure if you have family or friends in this area who may not be connected, give them a call and say, hey, there's tornado warning out for your area. You may want to seek shelter. We advise if you're in a mobile home, hopefully you have a neighbor around that has a well-built structure and you can go hang out with them for a little while. Obviously with COVID times, probably want to take a mask and socially distance as much as you can, but we don't encourage you to be in a mobile home when a tornado warning has been issued for your area. Mobile homes, cars are not good places to be if a tornado was to move through the area. So we hope that you take this advice and seek shelter as these storms continue to roll in. So we're going to continue to monitor this for the Carolina Weather Group. It is almost 7:30. Notice our live views are down, so I don't want to keep rambling on. We'll continue to post updates on social media. We'll continue to run in the Carolina Weather Net. It's a live streaming weather information channel that you can watch previous shows. We'll give you weather updates. We'll also give you a forecast. Again, if you live in Kentrell, you want to be in a safe place. South Henderson, you want to be in your storm shelter. Middleburg, Warrenton, Norlina, Macon, Wise. Definitely get to your safe place as these storms continue to move through your area. Tornado warning out until 8:30. I'm sorry, until 7:45. I got my times wrong there. 7:45. And then we also have one out for until 8:30. So this is more coming linear. These tornadoes become more quick spin-ups. So anywhere along this line from the Virginia, North Carolina border, all the way almost through Durham, through Creedmoor, you could see a quick spin-up develop as this system moves through the area. So I'm Scotty Powell at the Carolina Weather Group. Going to log off for just a little bit. We'll continue to monitor the situation, and if anything else breaks out, we'll break back in. But for now, we're going to go back to regularly scheduled program.
Me just lit up with lightning. It scared the living daylights out of me, as you can imagine. And from that time on, I was scared to death of lightning. Now, this was in Memphis. Then he got transferred to Jacksonville, Florida. And if you know anything about the weather in Florida, thunderstorms are pretty frequent. And so I got really interested in weather living in Florida, still scared to death of lightning. Really didn't control my fear until I went to college. I got my degree at Florida State. It was during that time that I kind of conquered my fear of lightning. Not that I don't have a healthy respect for it, I do. And then I went to Florida State, trained as a research meteorologist, and got out, graduated at absolutely the wrong time. It was 1974. We went straight into a recession. The government froze all hiring. The private sector wasn't what it was today. And so I was forced to kind of look around. My first job as a meteorologist actually was at the Institute of Storm Research in Houston, Texas. But then their contracts dried up. Again, I'm without a job. So I went back to Memphis, and I actually went back to graduate school. And that first semester in graduate school, one of the TV stations in Memphis called me and asked me if I wanted to come down and audition. I had never been to a TV station, didn't know anything about television other than what I saw on TV. I went down there, did the audition, whatever they saw they liked, they hired me, and the rest is history.
Starting out in Memphis, I think your next move was to Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. I was in Memphis for 2 years. We were in the midst of a union fight there. The station was being unionized, and I hadn't had a pay raise in 2 years. So I decided, okay, maybe it's time to look elsewhere. And I applied to a number of TV stations in Florida, since my background was in tropical meteorology. And one day I get a tape back from Florida, and I think it was the tape I sent to Orlando. I get the tape back. Obviously, it was rejected. One of the directors in the control room said, well, they've got an opening in Oklahoma City. Why don't you try for that? Well, I just got this tape back. I threw it in the mail and didn't think too much of it. But then I would say just a few days later, I got a phone call from Jim Williams at KTVY, now K4 in Oklahoma City. And they flew me out there, and I did an audition right there on their set. I beat out everybody that was looking for the job. And so I spent almost 5 years in Oklahoma City. Then I went and spent 2 years with Mike Smith up in Wichita at the Kansas State Network. And then I got the job at WIS in Columbia, South Carolina, and was there for about 14 and a half years. And then Gannett offered me a job. And I went and worked at corporate for a year, and then came to Columbia at their station, WLTX, and was there for 20 years.
Going tropical, studying at Florida State, like you said, experienced in tropical meteorology. Then going out to Oklahoma, where, now the Oklahoma City market seems to be one of the most sought after markets there is, with severe weather coverage. It's turned into, something that everybody tunes into now. Was it like that back in the 80s? I know the helicopters now, we have all these storm chasers, but what was it like in the 80s in the Oklahoma City market?
It was fantastic. But you have to understand, I went to Florida State University. We didn't talk much about tornadoes. So when I went out to Oklahoma, I told my folks, I said, well, we're going to find out what kind of meteorologist I am, because Oklahoma City is a tough market. It has broken many people, and we'll see if I can hack it. Well, I went out there at just the perfect time. I got the job in July, which was right at the end of the severe storm season. So I really had about 8 months to prepare. And prepare I did, because down the road from Oklahoma City, of course, is the University of Oklahoma, the National Severe Storms Laboratory, all right there in Norman, Oklahoma. And some of my friends at Florida State were working at the Severe Storms Laboratory. So I knew the caliber of people that were down there. My biggest fear in Oklahoma City was going on the air and saying something that wasn't correct.
OKC to Wichita to Columbia. Is there anything in particular that drew you to the Midlands versus being out west? It's very different.
Well,
region.
one was a job,
Right.
But after having been in Oklahoma City and Wichita for 7 years, and keep in mind, I grew up in the Southeast. So when I came back to Columbia to interview for the job, the first thing I noticed was trees. And I said, oh my God, there are trees here. And not these little scrubby things you see out in the plains. And so I said, boy, if they offer me the job, I'm going to take it. And sure enough, they offered me the job. I took it, and the rest is history. I have to laugh. People always ask me about my time out in Oklahoma City and Wichita, if I ever chased storms. Yes. In fact, that's how I got into photography, was by chasing storms. I tell people that I chased storms before it became fashionable. When I was chasing, it was a rare event to run across another chaser. But today, when I see how many people are on the road chasing out there today, I'm just blown away. I said, oh my God, there's a traffic jam. I'm surprised they don't have cops out there directing traffic.
I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, we see it now even on when folks activate their GPS and they go into their apps, right? And they spell out names of people across 2 or 3 states. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, lots of people.
A lot of people out there.
And the competition is pretty stiff. Every once in a while on Twitter, you'll hear some scuffling going on about who was first in line or who was supposed to be first. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, see, I never had that problem. There wasn't anybody out there.
If you don't know what you're looking at in real time at the sky and what's going on in the environment, you can learn a lot from that outside of looking at radar and all these products and everything. So yeah, I mean, that's folks have access to that technology now, so they know how to kind of gain ahead. They can jump over to another state where something else is going on. So kind of
well, for me, it was fantastic because I could take what I was seeing in the field, and when I went back to the radar, now I could start to put things together. And I think that made me a better radar analyst because I could see what was on the radar and I could visualize because I had seen it in the field. Right. And so it was a big help.
Jim, I want to get back to Columbia. So overall in Columbia, you're talking about 30 years total.
34 years.
34 years. Let's talk about some of the major events, some of the major things you remember from Columbia. I was here during Hugo in '89. I experienced that as a teenager in high school. We left, we went to Union, South Carolina, and came back the next day. And it was just absolutely devastating. But I don't think folks knew what kind of impacts were going to occur inland, especially across the CSRA and all the way up into Charlotte and beyond. So tell us about your experience with Hugo.
Well, that was an interesting one because when I came to Columbia, what I had not had to do when I was out in the Plain States was make a 5-day forecast. When I came to Columbia, they insisted on a 5-day forecast. Well, this is 1989. Everybody's doing 5-day forecasts, but granted, they weren't that great. So I had been watching Hugo off the African coast, and I had been reading some of the analysis coming out of Washington. And going into the preceding weekend, they said the weather pattern is shaping up for this hurricane to affect the southeast, which caught my attention. So over the weekend, I'm following it pretty closely. And so I went into work early on that Monday, and I did my analysis. The one thing that struck me was that the computer models were having some trouble. They kept wanting to keep the storm going west. When it came off of Puerto Rico, though, it was moving northwest, but the models kept wanting to turn it west. I have a rule, and I developed this rule in Oklahoma, and that rule is when it comes to computer models and reality, reality always wins. So I looked at the situation, trying to figure out why would the storm turn west. I could not find any reason for it to turn west. So I decided there isn't much out there to move this storm. So I pretty much interpolated from the 500 millibars right into South Carolina. So on Monday, that Monday night when I went on the air, I said, I think this is a hurricane that's going to hit us in South Carolina. And I was projecting mainly the low country. And the next day, I expected, it hit after midnight on Friday. So you're more than 3 days out. So I expected, okay, I'll have to change the forecast Tuesday, but we can make corrections along the way. Well, when I came in Tuesday, I was within 25 miles of the projected path. So I decided if things aren't changing, why change the forecast? So I stuck with the forecast, and it came right into Charleston, South Carolina, and it did quite a number on South Carolina. It was the strongest hurricane to hit South Carolina since the storm in 1893.
I want to touch on another major weather event topic, which was the October flood of 2015, which affected not only us at the coast, but again, the connection to Columbia and the tropics and an upper low. And it was just the perfect kind of combination. And so I know that there was dams that broke in Columbia. There was all kinds of flooding issues, you name it. So talk a little about your experience with that and how you.
Well, that was an interesting one, because if you'll remember, it was Joaquin that came into the Bahamas and went stationary and sat there for a while. And of course, we were all watching it. One of the things early that week that bothered me was that the projection for rainfall for this area seemed to be unreasonably high. Unreasonably high because every computer model had the hurricane passing well east of us, offshore, maybe going into North Carolina, but certainly that would still leave us on what is traditionally the dry side of the hurricane. So, you know, we're talking about this on the air, and of course I was talking with my colleagues there in the Weather Center, and I said, you know, something just does not add up. And so we kept looking, and I kept analyzing stuff and still couldn't figure it out. I knew that there was some information that we weren't getting. So the National Hurricane Center decided on that Wednesday night they would start flying the high altitude aircraft out toward the storm. And I said, and by the way, I was on conference calls with our corporate people. Tegna owned our TV station. So I was on the conference call and I said, look, we can make all kinds of projections we want, but the National Hurricane Center is going to fly that high altitude aircraft tonight. When that data gets into the computer model, we will know what this storm is going to do. And that was a Wednesday night. Thursday morning, it wasn't so much a surprise, but the projections for the hurricane had it staying offshore, but it did not change the rainfall prediction for our area. And at that point, I realized we're looking at the wrong thing. The hurricane is not the threat. It is the upper level low that is coming down through the Tennessee River Valley that's going to slow down, almost stall over the Florida Panhandle. It's going to tap a tropical atmospheric river, and it's going to direct it right into South Carolina.
We've talked about hurricanes, snowstorms, and flooding. Were there perhaps any tornado events that you particularly recall from your years in Columbia?
Oh, yeah. In fact, probably the most memorable one was from a tropical depression, 1994. And it was Hurricane or Tropical Storm Beulah. But it hit along the Florida coast, came into Georgia, southwest Georgia, and was heading up toward the Athens area, the center. It happened that we were on the east side at just the right point in the heat of the afternoon. So I went in early to work in preparation for, I guess I got to the station around 11:30. And while Joe Penner, who was doing the weather for the midday show, as he was doing the weather, right after he got off, they issued a tornado warning, and it was for Barnwell County. And I thought, tornado warning? Now, keep in mind, back then, the Weather Service had Doppler radar, but we did not. So I'm thinking, okay, so we went on and gave the warning and everything. And I'm looking at everything as best I can. And all of a sudden, they happened to say that there was circulation in Lexington County. It was down near Pelion, I think it was, or something like that. I went, oh my gosh. So I notified the assignment desk. They said, where do we need, do we need to send someone to Pelion? I said, no, don't go to where it's been, go to where it's going to go. So we sent a photographer out on I-20, and I just said, go toward Highway 6, and then we'll see. Well, he gets to Highway 6, and he misses the turn, has to turn around. When he does, he sees the tornado. And that was the first of something like 28 or 9 tornadoes that day.
Switching gears a little bit, Jim, climate change has been something you're very vocal about. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
It goes back to in 2007. This is when TV stations were starting their websites. Everybody was kind of green back then, so we really didn't know what we were doing, what we wanted to accomplish. And I convinced the TV station. I said, let's do something